Yep, I do believe we're good. And you go, okay, hello and welcome to JesterCast, where nothing makes sense and somehow everything makes sense. I, of course, am your host, the Court Jester. Hi, how you doing? And here with me is, of course, my buddy, my pal, my old broski, Mr. Chak.
No, you're out of order. Oh, wait, no, this is the Jester Kit. Never mind. Sorry, something else. Hi there.
Hope y'all are doing well on this fine Monday. Even though I hate Mondays. And speaking of hating Mondays, apparently the trailer for the new Garfield anime movie is released, and I do not know how to feel about Chris Pratt as Garfield.
I don't know either. I mean, I don't know. I saw the trailer, and I don't know. It's hard not to think of Garfield with a more leth- slightly lethargic sounding voice, and yet the more I think about the way Garfield eats and his lazier habits, I can't help but also keep thinking about Chris Pratt's role on Parks and Rec as Andy, especially the way he started out.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of split, mixed on it too.
Yeah. Like there are certain things that did feel very Garfield, but other things I don't know felt a bit too Chris Pratt. But then again, maybe I've just been spoiled by Lorenzo Music's performance.
Yeah, between Lorenzo Music and Bill Murray.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, say what you will about the live action movie. Like, I personally hate him, but I will say Bill Murray's performance was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I didn't go beyond just the first movie. I don't. Did they make two or three of them?
They made two of them.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I only saw the one movie, the first one.
Yeah, the second one was weird. They did a weird Prince and the Pauper stitch where apparently there is a rich fat cat, and they switch places. It was bizarre.
Yeah, that's why I remember what the premise was.
Yeah. But anyways, you see the title correctly. We are continuing on with 90s November.
Woo!
Woo! And ooh, the choices we have to go with. Our
Hmm.
decision is with toys, 90s toys, sitcoms, fashion, movies. I have two of them because there's a lot of 90s films, snacks and drinks, candy, bands, and hit music singers.
Hmm.
Quite the selection.
But I mean, do you think we're eventually going to get to all, if not most of them, by the end of this month, or?
I mean, we're only on the second Monday. We still got two. We're only halfway through the Mondays. I think we could get through at least a few of them. And if we don't, then hey, we'll just just gives us an excuse to do 90s November next year.
Hmm. I'm not sure what to pick. Although I don't know, maybe for something different because we've done I don't know so many uh movies and sitcoms. I think I saw earlier in the chat today you were saying you were feeling I don't know toys is one of them. I'm kind of digging toys as well. I want to see if I remember any of these on the list.
Okay. All
I don't know.
right.
I'm just trying to think because I was born in 1991, so just around about the start of the 90s, or a little after. But well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, that's really interesting to know. So you're your old. Actually, no, no, you're around the same age as Sarah. She was also born in '91.
Okay.
Small world.
Yep, us millennials are in our 30s now. Some of us pushing 40.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm sorry, I don't understand that, Faith. In fact, your mom's in her 40s, but she was born in 82. I don't know why there's a but there. That makes complete logical sense.
I guess because millennials does include um, some in the range of the 80s, right? I mean, for sure, I would at least assume those in 88, 89 are included. I don't know how far back in the 80s it goes,
Yeah,
but
I guess.
uh, damn it, I have to keep looking this up. Millennials are those born between 1982 and 1994. Okay.
And also, I should say now, people, that we're actually planning on doing a bit of a different system with the tier list from now on. I won't be doing it now because I think it'll be better once we have like a few more people in here. But the idea I had in mind is I will from now on with the tier list, I'll be setting the voice channel to push the talk and also saying, and now I'll be passing off to like so and so. So this way, communication is a bit more clear on whose turn it is for the tier list, as well as making sure like decreasing the interruptions because let's be honest, nobody likes being interrupted.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to coordinate with Discord, especially trying to account for lag and delays.
Yeah, so I am hoping that this will reduce the amount of times that happen.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll give it a try and see if that helps mitigate things.
Yeah, but again, it's not really worth doing now considering it's only the two of us. So, well, the two of us plus Faith being a mute. All right. So first one we got here is the Mousetrap board game.
Mousetrap board game.
Yeah.
I think I might have owned one of those as a kid, but I don't think I ever actually played it though. Yeah, no, I never actually played it, so I can't say for sure. But I do know what you're talking about, though.
No, yeah, definitely. I've only seen the commercial,
I
the
mean,
Mousetrap, the craziest trap you'll ever see.
yeah, I remember seeing those commercials too. It looked like it looked fun, but just I don't know. My problem was that um, I know that I said I grew up in Thailand, but the thing was I lived in a very different neighborhood. I was a little bit isolated, so it's not like we had close by friends and neighbors to immediately play with.
Yeah, I getcha. It does look fun though.
But
I'm
have you
thinking
played
maybe.
it then?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was asking you, have you played it though?
No, I can't say I have. I didn't. Growing up, these weren't really the kind of board games I had around the house. It was more things like the Game of Life, Monopoly, Candyland. I remember playing a lot. Um,
Huh.
I think I also played Apples to Apples. Yeah, that was definitely one of them.
Hmm.
All right, but yeah, so I'm thinking for the Mousetrap, I'm thinking maybe like B or A because it does look fun.
It does. It does look interesting. I'll give it that just based on what I remember, from what I do remember from the commercials. I can agree with that.
Yeah, no, put an A. Put an A. I have no idea what this thing is. It almost looks like an advanced version of one of those metal ball chain reaction things you'd see in a therapist office. Let me set a pick.
Huh. Okay. Hmm. Trying to remember. Wait a minute. That's a fishing game.
Really?
Yeah. It's they're like these uh this is like this board mechanism on the bottom. You put a bunch of these plastic fish in that have hinges, that bite. And it almost plays what's that game called? What's that game called? Whack-a-mole, where the fish are popping up and biting, and you use your those little mini fishing rods to try to hook certain ones in, certain colors in. I can't remember the exact rules, but I think it was to try to fish as many of your color before the others who are also fishing with you at the same time. Um, yeah. Oh God. I had one of those when I was a kid, and I used to play that one with my dad a lot. Oh man. Uh Man, where would I rank it? It's definitely A tier for me. At least I don't know if I want to say it's all the way in S tier, but I remember very fond memories with this one. So at least A, high A for me.
All right, put an A. All right, next up we got Gak. It's Gak.
Gak. Um,
I remember seeing commercials from this growing up. I remember it being like this slime that you would play with.
Gak. Hmm.
It almost looks like
Well,
the
that
modern
that
equivalent of like silly putty.
huh. Well, I've never played with it, so I wouldn't. No, I can't say.
It it always looks interesting to me. And I do like my silly putty,
Hmm.
so I don't know. Looking at this, I kind of want to put it in B. It looks cool.
Hmm. I never really played with City Play much. Well, okay, no, that's not true. I play with Play-Doh, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
I have no idea what these are.
Hmm.
These can't be pogs because pogs are flat. I they bottle cap. What am I looking at?
Huh. I don't know what those are. I've never seen those before.
Neither have
Yeah,
I.
they look like. Oh, Fate seems to know.
Yeah. Also, Faith, you know you're unmuted, right? You can talk now.
Ah, there we go. Yeah,
Mhm.
those things I've seen them when I was in school and we had like raffle prizes in math class, and I think like other types of things. I don't know what they're called, but I'm pretty sure that like they're really stupid. They just flick everywhere. That's literally like all it does. You just pop it, let it go, and then it flicks back. It's really weird.
So they're literally just
It's
pogs.
not the best type of toy. It's more like a fidget toy. So it's something just, and also a choking hazard. So I wouldn't like put it really high.
Ah.
They're like really small.
Okay. Huh.
C maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Hmm. They kind of look like sliced bits of those plastic balls from the ball pits at Chuck E. Cheese.
But smaller.
Even smaller than that. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
pretty big.
because the image is zoomed in. They're all on a table. They're probably like, imagine you're doing like, you know, the OK symbol, but like just looking at when you put your thumb and your index together in a circle. That's probably like how big they are roughly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that gives me some idea then. No,
Yeah.
gives me a better idea. Cool. I feel like if I had those, I would lose them so fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, pogs.
Pogs. I know of them, but I can't say I've ever actually had them myself, nor have I even collected them. So and I somewhat regret that I never got into it, or that they never entered my life in any way. But then again, I guess they weren't mainstream enough to make it all the way to Thailand either. So
I mean, from everything I've heard about them, they look like a lot of fun. So I don't know. I kind of want to put them. I kind of want to put them in A.
I say go for it. I mean, they do seem fairly iconic if they're being constantly referenced, and they do look fun to collect. I'll give it that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this where the stupid poggers meme came from?
No,
Because now it all makes sense.
No, poggers comes from the pog, which stands for play of the game.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. That checks. I remember looking this up some time ago, wondering if they had anything to do with each other, but no. It's play at the game. Yep.
Yeah.
Pog. Ugh, it doesn't feel right when it comes from my mouth.
I guess you are my little pog champ.
Oh god,
Oh,
now I'm
God.
remembering that. I mean, I don't mind anybody else saying it, but I just can't say it without feeling weird. I don't know why.
I like saying it just to make people cringe. Pog champ.
I make myself cringe when I say it.
All right, moving on. The Easy Bake Oven.
Never had one of those, but I know of them. I don't know. Do kids really play with that kind of stuff? I mean, it just seems like a fire hazard to me.
I mean, considering the fact that it was just a light bulb, I don't see how it could be a fire hazard.
I don't know. Well, then again, I never played with it, so I can't really say for anything about it for sure.
Faith, did you grow up with anything like that?
No. I just had like the fake sets that are all made out of plastic, not an actual Easy Bake.
In my day, we had a book of matches. That was our easy bake oven.
And some tin foil.
Oh yeah. But foil, I forget that. We got rocks.
Ah,
Nah, because
rocks.
I remember.
That's too advanced. I use sticks. But yeah, like I want to put the Easy Bake Oven in A as well because those do look fun, and I feel like if I were a girl growing up with one of those, I probably would enjoy it.
Bake your little cupcakes.
Wait, little cupcakes. Tamagotchi.
I know what that is without having to look it up.
I don't think I've ever actually had one. I've had similar handheld devices, but I think those just played either Tetris or or some variation of what was it, Alleyway, where there's that ball you have to keep uh bouncing up and don't let it touch the ground or something. But
They're pretty
anyway,
much pocket games.
yeah, pocket games, yeah. But as far as Tamagotchi specifically, I've never had one. I mean, I've seen so many commercials though for the Pokemon versions though. Um,
I think I might have had one. I don't remember. It was like ages ago. I think I had one. If not, I had something similar, like maybe a rip-off of a Tamagotchi. I do want one though.
I remember when you was just a little Tamagotchi.
I will be honest, I knew what it was, but I definitely knew a lot more what it was because of Turning Red.
Oh, that. I still haven't seen that movie. I didn't even know it's referenced there.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Okay.
But in regards to Tamagotchi, I kind of want to put an S.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, because like if it's anything like the stuff that I grew up with, because I grew up with just like the online pet games like Moshi Monsters and Webkins and stuff like that. That if it's anything like that, and that but like in your pocket, then that I feel like I would adore this.
It's just an alien that you have to feed and keep alive.
Yeah, that's basically what
Right.
Webkins
And
was.
every
That is literally what Webkins was except replace aliens with normal animals. Well, I say normal
I'm
very
pretty
loosely
sure-
because we got animals like the Emerald Lab, which is like it's literally just a Labrador, but green with an emerald gem on its butt.
when Steven Universe becomes animals.
Steven
Lol.
Pawniverse.
God.
Slap bracelets.
Well, I could agree with that going in S.
I guess it was the precursor to literally everything you just talked about. So without Tamagotchi, that's a good question. If even if we didn't have Tamagotchi, would we still have gotten all those other games and apps that are similar to it today?
It's impossible to say because Tamagotchi was kind of the blueprint.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't make copies if there isn't an original.
Yeah. Anyway, slap bracelets.
Oh.
I never had one of those, but they look fun. So they
I
get
fucking
really
hated
fun.
them. They hurt.
Right, that's the other thing I heard about them too. Is that
I've
people turn
had a
them into
couple
weapons.
in the past, and I love these. These.
Like
This is,
they're great, but they hurt.
Yeah, I think that I've heard schools ban them because people could turn them into weapons.
oh, I see you have your slap bracelets. Oh, but you are no match. Your pretty pink slap bracelet is no match for my fire red slap bracelet.
Why do you sound like Mojo Jojo right now?
No, Show me your snap bracelet. I will stop you with my bracelet, which is a bracelet I will be stopping with. And then suddenly becomes JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Muda, 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 muda.
Well, for these, because they're good, but because they hurt, I think maybe somewhere in B.
I kind of put them in A or S because these are so much fun. Like, they hurt, but it's a good hurt. It's a fun hurt.
Then maybe we can agree on A then, because they hurt. They hurt.
They hurt.
My wrist.
Those little Jeep cars that you would drive around in.
Oh my god, the fake cars. I had one. It was pink and purple.
Oh, I always thought my neighbors had them, but I mean, even then, I never got in. I never was interested in those.
The battery was crap. At least, like, actually, no, this was me driving it around at the age of 7 with my at the age of 8 with my 1-year-old sibling pushing me. Yeah, I had my little baby sibling pushing me around, an 8-year-old in a pink and purple Jeep because it wouldn't move. No, these were like really fun. Driving practice. Start them at a young age.
All right, so where would you put them though, Faith?
In the garage or
I mean on the tier list.
in the house. Oh, whoops. Probably somewhere in A. Oh my god, I'm so
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were doing that on purpose or not.
Where would you put them? In the garage. On the
Oh, the garage is a tier.
I'm sorry. My brain not working.
No thoughts, head empty.
Brain don't work so good.
My brain is so smooth.
Brain could be doing gooder.
I have no idea what these fucking things are. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
What the?
Got an image?
Yes.
I literally sent it.
Huh. I don't know.
Let me see if I can reverse image search.
They look like, I don't know, Happy Meal toys.
You know what? That's
I don't know,
probably what
weird
they
ones.
are.
Yeah, but I don't recognize the two on the left. I mean, I think I recognize I think is that Buster Bunny?
Yeah, it's Buster Bunny
On
from
the
Tiny
right?
Toons.
That's what I thought. But the other two though, I have no friggin' clue whatsoever.
The one in the middle looks like he belongs at PSA telling kids to not do drugs.
Oh yeah, they're McDonald's
The one
things.
that looks like a flank steak with a mustache.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what's up with that dragon. It looks like he's a dragon caught inside a Big Mac box.
That's given the fact that they said these are McDonald's Happy Meal toys. I think that's what that is.
From what I'm seeing from the 9 results that are coming up, one from Reddit Nostalgia, tried clicking there, Etsy, the Chive, Etsy, Chive, BuzzFeed. Actually, maybe let me try BuzzFeed. But yeah, I saw Mac is somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, sticky lines.
All right. So if these are Happy Meal toys, so where we put them then? They're just like.
Oh, Sweat even says Happy Meal toys.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
Happy Meal toys in general. I mean, sure. When you're a kid growing up, going to McDonald's. I mean, yeah. I mean, you'd be I'd be totally happy to get one of those. I mean, it was always fun to try to collect them. Try to get a full set, and especially if they were in promotions for a movie. I do remember that. So
Yeah.
let me think. I like them well enough, and it was always fun if you were going there with friends and get Happy Meal toys together, and then compare and trade. So I don't know. I'm kind of wavering between high A, low S.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking S because Happy Meal toys were the light of my life when I was a kid.
My little pony, so sweet and so bony.
So seen. So what now?
Oh, hey, hang on.
I'm
Bony.
that pony.
Andy's saying move those poppers up from C. That is at least a bead. I mean, they can hurt, but they're fun as hell. Until poppers. Numbers. That's what they're called.
Popper.
All right, Andy, we can move them to B. All right. Okay.
Popper. Poppers.
Small and simple, but they're fun.
Oh,
Okay,
they don't.
I will take your word on that, Andy. Oh God, I think I pissed off Andy because I put Gak in B. Okay, where would you put Gak, Andy?
Gak.
All right, Gak's apparently an A. Okay, we're moving Gak up to A. We'll put it at the top of A.
Gak. Damn.
All right.
Come join us. Unless you're busy.
Nah, Andy told me earlier that she won't be able to make it because she's feeling kind of mad, which is completely understandable.
Yeah.
Hope Andy feels better soon.
Yeah, hope you feel better, Andy.
Get better.
She's saying it was as close to having Nick Slime. Ooh. Okay, that fits. That matches. That makes sense. Okay, light bright.
Light bright.
What? The what?
Right.
Right.
Trying
Right.
to remember what those are.
Light brights are basically it's like a blackboard with these holes in them, and you put like little lights inside the holes, and you like make little images with the lights.
Oh, are they like those pegs you can stick in that light up on across a blackboard or something?
Yeah, exactly. That's what light bright is.
Okay. I mean, I've seen them, but I don't know. I mean, I never played with those though.
I never seen them. I wish I had one. I want one.
Maybe I've messed around with something of a similar concept, but they didn't light up though.
I remember seeing commercials for these, and these look like so much fun. I kind of want to put them in S, because like I honestly kind of want one for myself.
They do look like people can go wild with their creations.
Yeah,
I mean, especially if you treat it like basically pixel art. So
yeah. I made the mistake a while ago of looking up light bright in the Google with the safe search off.
what should I know how bad it is with the safe search off?
All I'm gonna say is people get real imaginative with their light bright boards.
Hmm.
And I'm just seeing rainbows and butterflies and flowers and.
Yeah, those are the first things I'm seeing. I don't know. I don't know what you typed in there.
I don't know what stuff you're looking up, Court, but
Look! Look!
You didn't.
It was years ago.
You didn't attach Rule 34 to it.
Of course not! Oh, God. Andy's saying they have a huge one at their science museum. Ooh, that's actually really cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would want to go to the museum just to do that, just to mess with that.
Yeah. Okay, next we got Silly Putty, and Andy's saying Silly Putty is a solid B. It'd be not as good as Gak, but it's fun.
Huh, okay.
And
But these two things are of similar material or similar things you can do with them, or
I mean, I grew up with Silly Putty, and it's yeah. There's not a lot you can do with it after it kind of dries out.
oh, huh. What the
hell is that? It's like a baby toy, but it's like a I don't even know. I think it's just called Oh, Baby Born. That's what it's called. Why have to be so specific with their baby toys?
Because it's a baby born doll. Oh my god. I look up baby born, and the second thing that I see is one of those realistic babies from Timu. I'm like, ugh, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't want to dare trying to type that in.
No, I accidentally clicked on shopping, but it also still appeared.
Andy's saying it's an A because it actually pees and eats.
Some of them do, yeah. Some of the baby toys actually like pee. You add, well, not really pee, but like you just add water into it, and you can feed it as well. So you feed it with the bottle, and then it would release liquid.
She's saying reborns. Yeah,
they're in a lot of daycares.
She's saying reborns. Yeah, those are adorable. But yeah, those dolls were like having those, but not as much. Don't say release. Also, she's saying don't say release liquid like that.
Sorry.
No, what?
She said don't say release liquid like that. She's basically calling out Faith.
I mean, it's just water, but still.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Anyways, I'm just gonna trust Andy's judgment and just put this thing in A.
Alright.
Bucketo. I think that's what it's called.
Bucketo?
Bucketo. It's like a yellow bucket with a face on it. And it's another one of those games, but I have never played this. I've never even seen this before.
Yeah, I don't even know. I've never seen that before. So
Mr. Bucketo. Why did I get the trash gang in that? Okay. There we go, Mr. Bucket.
This is a bucket. Dear God, there's more. No.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I'm trying to understand this. Oh wait, I know those balls. That sounds so wrong. But this kind of looks like, I don't know. I've never really seen it, like, or heard of it. But I know that the design of the balls in the game are actually used for another toy. Like, it's the exact same design.
All right, but Andy's saying B, so I'm just gonna put it in B because I've never played this game.
B for bucket.
B for bucket. Sock and boppers.
Sock and oh, yeah, those are iconic. I never got a chance to play with them though. I always wanted to. Um, yeah, I mean, I think I remember. Wait. Or am I thinking of something else? Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of two things. Are these the mitts or the ones with the robots?
These are the mitts. These are like the big rubber mitts you like put on your hands.
Okay, then I'm thinking of something else entirely. But I don't know. They'll still look fun though. I'm trying to remember if I ever actually played with them because I may not have had a pair myself, but I think I vaguely remember playing with them over at a friend's house. Um, I don't know. They're not the first things I would pick up and play with. Um, and it's only fun really if you have a friend to play with, or box with, quote unquote. Um, I don't know. They're not low, but eh, I put them in B.
Hmm. Andy's saying she thinks she played with one like once or seen it, but decent B or C. Okay, so I'm hearing like two B's here, so we'll put in B.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Potato Head. This guy's an S in my opinion. I love Mr. Potato Head.
I only ever had one, but not even a big one. It was like a keychain sized one, and the stuff that he had attached to him was kind of limited. Um, but mine did have glasses and a Sherlock Holmes hat, so it was kind of fun to carry him around. Um, I just wish
Cute.
I could have bought others so that I could swap out other parts too. But still, no, I don't know. It was fun to have them anyway, so I can group them together with my other Toy Story figures. But I don't know what were you saying, Corey? You want to go ahead and put Mr. Potato Head on S?
Yeah, I definitely want to put in S because Mr. Potato Head was my childhood.
Hmm.
See, even Sally agrees.
I guess I can concede. I can't. I suppose I can't say too much just because maybe what I had wasn't quite the genuine full Mr. Potato Head experience. Since, like I said, mine was just the size of a small keychain. I didn't even have that many parts to swap out with, so I can't say that much for sure. So I'll leave it to you, Court, or
Yeah,
anyone else who's actually played with a full size Potato Head.
yeah, this bro's an S. I love him. I love Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, all potato heads. I love them all.
This Spud's an S.
uh, trying to figure this one out because so these are like dolls, but they're not Barbie dolls. Dolls, these are like a
Are they
lot.
brats?
Are they brats? I don't think they're brats either, because brats have like big heads.
I don't even know. So
All right, let me save and try and reverse image search and see what I get. So, 0 matches. Well, that's helpful. Okay.
Andy, if you know these dolls, we would really appreciate your help. Let me zoom in real close here. Oh, they're Spice Girls dolls!
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's thank you, Andy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Alright, so, Spice Girls dolls. Dolls. And Andy's saying they're an A, so. And I will trust her judgment because I have never had a Spice Girls doll because, quite frankly, for obvious reasons.
What, you don't like the Spice Girls?
Oh, I love the Spice Girls, but I didn't. I'm just saying I don't see myself owning the dolls.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'll look at Mel B as a doll. Kind of creepy, not gonna lie.
What's this one called? Ah. What the frick is that? It's like a teddy bear. But
Let's see.
it's impossible. I can't read what kind of bear that is. The logo is really hard to read.
Try and send the image. No.
Well, never seen those before.
Yeah. Oh.
Let me try reverse image search.
No need to say it. Andy's saying it's tattoo bear.
Tattoo bear.
Oh, so it's like those bears that you can draw on, right? Because I'm pretty sure they still make things like that.
Oh yeah, I can see the markers and the packaging behind the bear's arm.
Yeah.
Huh.
They still make those as well. So I think that is pretty cool. Though nowadays it's pretty sure it's called like a DIY bear. I think. If I'm remembering correctly. But it gives kids a complete empty base that they can work on, and they can just draw whatever they want on their teddy bear.
Yeah. I mean, they look like fun. I'd say B or A with this fella.
Yeah. Same.
You know, it's great. I'll put it in A because when you really think about it, this is one of the few bears that was made with the intention to be ruined, to be drawn on.
Nice save, Court. Nice save.
And, well, I just mean that in the sense that if you were to draw on any other teddy bear, you would ruin it, and you'd have to go and either get the bear washed or buy a new one.
I know.
Yeah.
What's next?
Power Rangers action figures.
Never had them. I watched Power Rangers. Was never interested.
I think just the figures in general, because I remember having a good number of them growing up as a kid.
Andy says A.
I could go with either A or, but no, that's fair. Just let's keep it an A.
Yeah. Ooh, Etch and Sketch. Oh, these things were fun, but also frustrating because it was impossible to draw a picture on them with those knobs.
Yeah. I can remember drawing at least one or two good pictures, but I could, to this day, I still can't don't quite know how to do curves.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm amazed by anyone who can draw with these things.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm thinking either B or C.
I think B, mostly because they are like cool. I mean, I never had one, but it's a drawing thing. It's good for those artistic kids.
Yeah, it's always nice on a road trip.
Mm.
Andy's saying.
Whereas for me, I had like a more updated version.
All right. Andy's saying
that didn't have no.
Andy agrees with us. Andy agrees with us with the B and is saying, I never understood the people who could do actual drawings on the etch and sketch.
Andy also agrees that it would be a B or C.
Alright.
I guess if none of us could like ever do it, but we still like it, we could bump it back down to C.
I mean, it was frustrating, but it was also a little fun, so I think I'm good with it staying in B.
Fair.
I'd be willing to with it to stay in B as well. I mean,
Yeah. Furbies are creepy as fuck. I want to put them in D.
Yeah, they really are.
They never understood the appeal of them to begin with.
Like,
Yeah.
Here's a story. Max and I were leaving the supermarket and we saw a claw machine that had Furbies in it, and we're like, nope, let's get out of here really quick. Let's get out. Let's leave. And I looked closer and I'm like, oh, it's just plushies. But still, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I remember Sarah telling me, like a day or two ago, that Furbies gotta be at the bottom. And I'm in full agreement with that. Those things are creepy.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Andy was saying earlier that she was tempted to say Furby and S. She's saying, honestly, it's fun, like, day it's cute, but, like, it doesn't shut up and it's weird.
Max told me a story where their other sister had one and it just started talking like at night. And it scared the crap out of all of the kids. So yeah, no, this is going like, if it could, lower than D. Like, goodbye, go away, go burn.
Yeah. Anyways, next one is a flying doll, according to Andy.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Max had something like that as well.
Andy's saying people got hurt with those, so they're funny, but honestly, C or D.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, did those get discontinued or recalled? Because they could cause injuries.
Yeah, like I said, my sibling had one at some point, or something similar.
Yeah, I'm thinking D. If only because it was a hazard for children. It hurt children. You don't hurt children. Hungry Hungry Hippos.
What was that?
Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Oh, okay. Sorry, your audio cut off for me.
Oh yeah, Andy, that's freaking creepy. What the fuck?
I'm trying to remember. Well, right, there were home versions, but I'm also trying to remember. What were there larger versions you could also play with at Chuck E. Cheese, or something?
Maybe, but she's saying Hungry Hungry Hippos is an S, and honestly, I'm inclined to agree because these things were a lot of fun.
I still have one. In fact, maybe two.
I wish I had the home version. Because those look like fun. I remember. Oh god, I'm remembering thinking about the robot chicken sketch.
All right. Viewfinders. Those home viewfinders.
Andy says A for that one.
Is it those ones that look like binoculars, but you put slides on them and you can
those
switch? Oh, I can't say for sure if I've ever had one. And honestly, I don't even really understand that well what the point of them was, other than just showing slides. So I can't I don't feel like I could say anything that much about them.
I think the idea was it was kind of like it's kind of like VR, where it's like you're seeing it, but you can't believe it's like because it looks like it's right there. It's kind of like. Have you ever been to one of those carnivals and has those machines where you look into it and you like see an animation just looping over and over?
Oh, I saw something all right once at a carnival. But not one of those though.
Well, I've seen a couple of those, and that's what they remind me of.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, I agree that to be an A, because I actually own a couple of these, and they were fun.
Huh. Nice.
What is that?
Oh wait, the projector things. Yes, I had one of those.
Mm.
Now I know what you're talking about. I didn't see the image because I've got stream and it's delayed. But yes, I can agree with that.
Oh, it's Mighty Max.
Mighty Max?
Yeah, it was basically the boys' equivalent of Polly Pocket. It was like a toy brand where it's like it was a little pocket, a little pocket toy house. And sometimes you like flipped it open and you had like little action figures and stuff.
Oh, I see. Never had one of those. I mean, maybe I've had play sets of that were similar to those, but nah, I can't say much about it. They look like fun though. They definitely look like something I would have liked as a kid growing up if I had one of those. Actually, did they ever make a version with um um the Star Wars Millennium Falcon? I could totally see that, but I don't know if that actually existed.
Uh,
Probably not.
it probably does somewhere. So, okay. But yeah, but for Mighty Max, I kind of want to put them in an A because they look like fun. I think I enjoy them if I had those as a kid.
They do look like fun. I can agree with that.
Yeah. All right, Moon Shoes.
Moon shoes?
Yeah, they're like those. I'll just post a picture of them. They're kind of hard to describe.
Ooh.
They just look like platform heels.
But could you bounce with those?
I believe so.
Or
Yeah, like I never owned a pair, but they look like they're really bouncy.
they look like fun. I wish I could have tried something like those when I was a kid.
Yeah. Andy saying the Moon Shoes. She wanted those. They reminded her of the Nick Game shows. She's saying A or B. I can agree
Hmm.
with an A. Hey, they look like fun. The My Little Pony toys.
Never had them. Never played with them, so I can't say.
The only two versions of the toys I kind of had them. They were like they were Power of Friendship is Magic, but I did own a couple and I enjoyed them. So
Hmm.
I want to say either A. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say A. I don't think they were good enough to be an S. And Andy's saying B or A. They're cute stuff, but yeah, and yeah, like they're fine, but nothing to write home about.
Hmm.
Uh, Wait, those just look like glittery pencils. Is that what they are? Hold on, zoom in. Enhance the image. I do not... Is that just glitter? It looks like it's just glitter. Wait, are they...
Pretty sure those are pencils that have designs on them. Like, you know, the special pencils that the girl in high school would have that special pencil and she'd drop it on the floor to go pick it up or see if a boy will pick it up. Yeah. It's just special pencils with like different wraps.
Huh.
Huh.
Can't say for sure if I've ever had any of those.
Sometimes I know that the Smiggle ones have scents to them, so I don't know if these ones specifically do.
I think I might have had a couple, maybe, and they look interesting enough. Enough they look alright. I'm gonna say B. They look cool.
All right. Oh, by the way, Sweat's in the lobby.
Yeah. She said, yeah, they're pretty much just pencils. She loved having them, but like they're not a toy. Yeah. All right. Well, with Sweat in here, now we can finally give this new system a try.
Okay, I'll set my thing to push to talk then.
All right.
Hey guys.
Hey. All right. Let me. Voice activity off. And with that, we are testing the new system of doing push to talk for our tier list.
You can hear me?
Yep.
All right, works.
Awesome. Jack, are things working on your end?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Time to test the new system. Hell yeah. And just so you're caught up, Sweat, this is what we have in the tier list so far. Under the S tier, we have Tamagotchi, Happy Meal Toys, Light Bright, Mr. Potato Head, and Hungry Hungry Hippos. Under A tier, we have Gak, Mousetrap, that fishing game, I forgot the name of it. Pogs, Easy Bake Oven, Slap Bracelets.
Yeah.
Those mini Jeeps that you could drive around in as a kid. Babyborn, Spice Girl dolls, Tattoo Bear, Power Rangers action figures. Those viewfinders with the pictures that you could like put, the circular discs that you could put in and you can see. Mighty Max, Moon Shoes, Milo Pony. Under B we have Poppers, Silly Putty, Buckado, Sock and Boppers, Etch and Sketch, and glittery pencils. And under D we have Furbies and a flying toy, like a propeller flying toy.
Sky Dancers.
Yeah, Sky Dancers, thank you.
I'd say I agree with all of that.
Alright, awesome. Alright, next up we have Guess Who. Yeah, that's what it is. Can you guess who? It's a mystery. Okay, bye, Faith.
I don't think I've ever heard of or played with anything like that, so I'll just defer to the next person. Court.
All right. I never played it, but from the commercials I've seen, it looks like a lot of fun. I feel like I would enjoy like having those around. Brad, so I'd say maybe a B or an A in my personal opinion, and I'll be passing this off to Sweat.
Now, I've actually played this game, and I agree, it's a lot of fun. It was really simple just to ask a few questions and slowly make your way down to like whoever it was. So I give this an A.
Alright, into it goes. Alright, next up we have... I don't even know what that is. I'm just gonna have to rely on the queen and well, one of the queens, and I'm gonna have to rely on Andy for this one. So I'm gonna put this here, and okay, I get you, Andy. Let me. I don't know what that is.
Matchbox? I can't say I've ever played with anything like that. So once again, I'll just defer on to the next person. Court.
So I've never played this either. Uh, uh, I'm just gonna defer this to Sweat because it seems like she knows more about this than I do.
I remember playing with these back in in waiting rooms. They're okay if you have all the pieces, but other than that, I give it a C.
All right. Perfection.
Is that a board game or?
It looks like a game. It almost kind of looks like one of those matching games. I want to say. Let me set a pick.
Can't. Sorry, I keep. Uh, this is not helping that I set it to O, and it looks like I'm typing in the. I'll just delete it later. Yeah, I can't. Hmm. No, I never played, so I can't say anything for sure. I'm gonna delete all these O's.
Yeah. I also never played this but Andy's saying perfection is why we have anxiety. That game, the game keeps you on your toes, and she gives it a B. Okay. So I guess I'll just shift this over to Sweat.
So the base of the game is that you have a timer, and you under that time limit, you have to put all those pegs in their spaces. If you don't do it in time, pop, all of them fly out of their sockets. Hence why it's an anxiety-inducing game. Now, we had this when I was at like a daycare, so it was a decent enough toy, but not enough to keep my attention. I give it a C.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Uh, I'll put in B because it does seem like an interesting game. It almost reminds me of Operation with that in mind.
There goes the funny bone.
It is kind of like Operation, except this. If you look at the top of the picture there, it's set on a timer, so you have to do it within like a minute. While with Operation, you have all the time in the world.
Hmm. All right.
Good point.
Bouncy balls. That's it. It's literally just a picture of bouncy balls.
I was about to say like any kind of generic bouncy ball, I guess. Any size, I'm guessing. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
think I collected one or two of those when I was a kid, a couple of those, and I always had at least one favorite that I would always keep bouncing off the walls with. It definitely drove my parents crazy. um, I guess just for sentimental value, um, I put it in A. Yeah, just because I can distinctly remember the one that I always had that was like always one of my uh what'd you call it, desk heirlooms. You know, the thing you always expected to be on the desk, like right next to your wallet and other stuff. Um, so yeah, God, I wish I brought it with me.
Hmm.
Oh, but yeah, but A on my end. How about you, Court?
Honestly, I have to agree. Those things are definitely an A. I remember loving bouncy balls, like bouncing them around. I think one time I bounced it so hard it knocked me smack dab in the head.
Ouch!
Maybe that's why I'm so nuts. Knocked the sanity right out of me.
Oh my God.
But yeah, A in my opinion. And what about you, Sweat?
Bouncy balls have a special place in my heart. It was one of the toys that you would get from the dentist's office that was actually a lot of fun. So, you know what? I give it an A. Especially when you got the clear, like the clear see-through ones, and those seem to bounce really high.
Hell yeah. And Andy's agreeing with A tier on the bouncy balls. Um, um, She says she loves all the different colors and yeah. So A. Okay, Pokemon trading cards.
Oh
Okay.
boy, this is a loaded one.
Well, even though I never actually played the game, they were practically our currency system in school. Everyone was always trading them for something, and I got roped into it too. Um, but that said, it was such a wonderful time to be a general Pokemon fan, just for the fandom itself, the movies, the TV show. So and I have great memories with it. So for me, it's an S.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
nah, I forgot to say. Well, how about you, Court?
You're good. But yeah, I definitely have to agree. It is an absolute S. I remember loving these as a kid, and like, yeah, I never played the game, but I remember having the entire collection. I don't remember. I try to remember where I got them from. I want to say I got them from like my brother because I know he collected quite a few of them because I know he was big on Pokemon, or maybe it was my sister. All I know is I got the cards from some member of my family, and like my collection was huge. I had so many of them. And then as I grew up, I don't know where they are now. But yeah, absolute S. What about you, Sweat?
Okay, so this one's going to be a bit of a bittersweet because one, I did have a pack of them, and I remember specifically it was the Vaporeon set. But here's the thing, my school banned Pokemon cards because they were getting kids in trouble. People were fighting over them, and unfortunately, it was Pokemon cards that got me grounded for almost like a week because I brought Pokemon cards to school. But again, I still loved them. I mean, having all those beautiful looking pictures of Pokemon. I never played the game, but it was still kind of cool to try and collect the ones that you really wanted. So, yeah, I give it an S just for nostalgia value.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
Damn, I didn't know it could get so intense in American schools.
Oh, this was way back in grade school. So, you know, it's because kids would fight over them and all that kind of stuff. And if someone had that rare Mew card or that Pikachu card, you know someone's going to throw a fist for it.
Hmm.
Damn.
And let's see, Andy's saying Pokemon cards gotta be at least A or S. Okay, okay. So yeah, all right. I believe this. Yeah, this is Megatron. This is no, not Megatron. The Megazord.
Wait, the Megazord, as in
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers? Okay, yeah, just wanted to clarify. Um, I've collected. Hmm, that's weird. Well, here's the thing. I did not have that specific Megazord. I did not have the original, but I did remember collecting others, um, other iterations, or rather later Megazords, that you could um, combine pieces with or whatnot. So yeah, those were awesome. Actually, not just the Power Rangers ones, but those ones but the ones in general where you could get a bunch of those vehicle robots that were smaller robots, and then you can combine them into one large robot. I mean, those were freaking awesome. I just had fun just taking apart and disassembling and reassembling them all day. So um, for me, I would put them in an S because they informed more of what my childhood toys were all about. So, yeah, as for me. How about you, Courtney? Did you play with anything like this?
The closest thing I had to a Megazord was a Transformers toy, which was themed after the Michael Bay movies. And honestly, that thing did not last that long because that thing broke because it was so freaking complex. And that was like a tot. That was like, I want to say 7 or 8. But for the Megazord, it does look cool though. I want to say, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna put it in that S because it looks pretty dope, and I feel like if I grew up with this when I was still in my Power Rangers phase, I think I would have loved it. And so yeah, that's for me as well. What about you, Sweat?
I never played with Zoids when I was a kid. I don't even think I watched the show, but I do like the design of it. So I give it a high A, even a low S, in my opinion.
All right. Uh, this is a this is like some blender toy, I guess. And I already checked the chat. Andy has no idea what this one is. It's so it looks like we're on our own for this one, but blender.
Huh. I have not seen that before either, but damn it, now I am thirsty. Um, Court, you take over. I'm gonna get a drink.
uh, I don't know. B or I'm just gonna say C. It's just a blender. But Sweat, you go. I'm gonna take a swig from my cherry coke.
Okay. So this blender thing basically is you shoot jets of water and you try to get the little uh hoop things onto the spikes. It's kind of like those little carnival things, except it's just uh based in water. These were really popular in like dentist's office to like keep kids entertained or at like a doctor's waiting room. I remember playing a lot with this because it kept you entertained. This was like one of the original fidget toys. Um, I would have to say I give it an A because it was fun and it kept kids entertained.
All right, I will agree with you on that. Ooh, Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Ah, okay. That was the other thing I was thinking about earlier when we did those we were reading those other things that I confused them for. Um, I never actually played with them, but I've always wanted to. And they're always referenced and always showing up in various movie, TV, media. I would think that to me they definitely like one of those iconic toys that I think any kid would have fun with it, especially if they were playing with somebody else. I mean, you had to play with somebody else. Um, so well, hell, I would even though I've never actually played with them, I definitely have a large enough interest to want to play with them. So I say put it in S. What do you think, Court?
Uh, no, yeah, I definitely gotta agree with you. Like these things were a lot of fun. I remember playing with these things when I was a kid, and my God, these were fun. And I believe Andy also said something about these. Where was it? Something where, uh, sh yeah, she's in agreement that they're an S tier, maybe A. So yeah. What about you, Sweat?
I never got to play with Rock'em Sock'em robots, but my God, did I ever want to. Those look like so much fun and like a great way for siblings to duke it out without having to actually lay hands on each other. The only time you can fight your sibling and get away with it. So I say give it an S.
All right, S it is. Oh, goody, tickle me Elmo.
Sorry, I'm just um no, I've never um played with one of those, so I can't say for sure, but I can't look at one of those and not um think and laugh thinking about the Tickle Me Bender from Futurama. um so but that said, I don't feel like I can give a fair assessment. So um I don't know. What do you think, Court?
I I kind of want to put me in. I kind of want to put in a D because one is annoying as fuck, and two, it tore families apart trying to get one for Black Friday. I'm honestly kind of sad that Kat's not here so I can torture her because we're talking about Elmo. Oh God. What do you think, Sweat?
Every time I hear this, all I can think of is like the South Park version of the Tickle Me Elmo is the stop touching me Elmo, but then Jack had to say the Tickle Me Bender, and all I can think of now is quit touching my junk, pervert. But I have to agree, it's a D because have you seen like those videos of people just tearing each other apart for a freaking Tickle Me Elmo toy for their toddler? Holy shit. Yeah, it's a D for me.
Absolutely. uh, Slinkies.
Mm, can't say I've ever actually played with one. Um, I don't know. I mean, I know what they are, or at least I don't know. The first thing I think of is the Slinky Dog from Toy Story, and then the second thing I think of is just the one scene from the second Ace Ventura movie when he's playing with a Slinky and having it go down those temple stairs. And I remember thinking, huh, is that how Slinkies work? I always wanted to try. I always wanted to try doing that, but just never got a chance to. Um, I mean, as much as would want to have wanted to play one of those just to try that, I feel like that would just be a one-time thing, and then I'd be done with it, never to play with or mess around with it ever again. So I don't know. It's probably just a B for me, honestly. But that's just me though. I don't know. What do you think, Court?
Uh, yeah, I'd have to agree. It is like a B. Well, I mean, okay, it depends on the Slinky, because I've had two kinds of the Slinkies. I've had like those cheap plastic versions and the metal versions. The metal versions, frickin' S. S. The plastic ones, probably C or D. But if we're going Slinkles and Slinkies overall, then yeah, I'd agree and put them in B. What about you, Sweat?
Well, you took my argument about the metal and plastic, but yeah, I would have to agree. I would actually put this more towards a B. I actually grew up with both kinds of Slinkies, and I have to agree the metal ones are the best. And Jack, yes, in Ace Ventura with the Slinky going down the stairs, that was the main appeal of the Slinky back then because you could have races with them. From the top of the stairs, you send them down, and apparently the centrifugal force is supposed to keep them going down the stairs.
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure
Interesting.
that's even what they did for the commercials.
Yeah, it was. Let's not forget Zoidberg had a pet Slinky too. My Slinky! My cuddly little pet Slinky!
All right. Anyways, and now we have the Tiger electronic tape recorder, the one from Home Alone.
I don't think I've ever played with that per se, but I have played around with recording devices before. Most of the ones that look like they were modeled after tiny cell phones. Um, so I feel like I could get behind the concept of them, or yeah, just playing the recorder like that. And I probably would have loved to mess around with the specific one. Yeah, with those talk boys. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. Um, just basing it off of what I used to play with with the recorder toys I had. Maybe an A. Yeah, I would say A. Because I definitely would have loved to record and play back everything, um, whether from the TV or my parents or just myself. Um, yeah, I put it in A. What do you think, Cord? Did you ever play with anything like this?
I I don't think so, but I feel like if I had one of these as a kid, I would have the time of my life. So I definitely have to agree, putting it in A. But I have actually seen a commercial for one of these, and it was the freakiest thing because some of the things kind of weird me out about it, and about like the voice setting and saying. What I mean by that is like in the commercial, the kid was like recording himself. He's like, "Hi kids, we're home early," to like make himself sound like the parents, and he slowed it down and down. And he closed the door. He's like, "Hi kids, we're home early," and and because of a certain internet critic that I watch, all I can think of is, "My God, that sounds creepy. What parent sounds like that?" So yeah. uh, Sweat. What about you?
I have never played with any kind of recording toy like this. I didn't even know this existed. But then again, I was kind of limited with toys back then. So, but I'm going to agree with you guys. This actually looks like a lot of fun. I give it an A.
Yee. All right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures.
I'm not sure if I've had the ones from back then, but I, I mean, I can't quite recall. But even if I didn't, I probably would have loved them anyway. I mean, just being a TMNT nut back then. Um, but I don't know if I would put them in S though. I'd say at least a high A. Yeah, at least a high A. Um, yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Gord?
Um, I don't know. I kind of want to go the extra mile and put them in S because while I never play with them personally, I've seen the designs for some of these and they look awesome. It's like I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What can I say? And I feel like I would get a kick out of like I wasn't a fan of the cartoon as a kid, but I feel like if I was and I had those toys, I'd be in heaven. But so yeah, personally, as for me, Sweat. What about you?
I never had TMNT toys back then. We had the VHS tapes of like the 80s cartoon, but never the toy. So I'm gonna have to leave my opinion out of this one.
All right. Okay. Robo Dog. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's called, but it looks like one of those robotic dogs. One of the dogs that you'd buy at the toy store. So I'm just gonna call it Robo Dog. I'm gonna post a picture here. Robo Dog.
Eh, I've seen. I've always seen those in toy stores. And yeah, I mean, even I was aware of, they were the hot item to get for a while, but I honestly just never saw the opinion of them. The appeal of them. Um, especially now when I could, when I could go ahead and play with my neighbor's dogs. So um, I don't know. To me, these are just kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Pointless. So um, I mean, I don't want to be unfair to those who actually genuinely enjoyed having these, but I don't know. These get a C from me. Um, yeah. Um, I don't know. What's your take, Court?
Um, I, I don't know. No, I kind of want to disagree with you because honestly, I feel like I would enjoy these. I don't know, something about having like a robotic dog that can like move on its own and do like his own thing. I don't know. No, I kind of like the idea of just having like a little robotic dog just kind of like running around and like yeah, you would have to like control it and everything. But I don't know. I feel like I really enjoy it as a kid. So I don't know. I kind of want to give it an A. Uh, uh, and let's see. Andy's saying Robo dogs these are solid S or A. And her cousin had a Robo Dog. It was cute. Could teach it tricks. Oh, okay, okay. What's your take, Sweat?
I remember seeing a lot of ads for these, especially in the Sears catalogs when I was a kid. I wanted one, but never got one. In my opinion, I can see the appeal of them. I guess these are like the original Nintendo dogs of their day, but uh, it's just a really expensive toy because once it broke, it broke. You can't fix that thing. I would actually have to say it's an A for me. I can see the appeal, but I just don't think I would want one for myself now.
All right, fair. Ah, troll dolls.
Never had one of those myself. Definitely seen them in other people's houses. but I don't know. They have no specific appeal for me whatsoever. I mean, I don't hate them either, but I don't really have an opinion on them, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think it'd be fair for me to rank low or give any kind of opinion if I really don't have any feelings on them whatsoever. um, I don't know. What do you think, Court?
Honestly, I find these things creepy. I kind of want to put them in C. They are creepy as fuck. I do not like those eyes. I do not like that smile. I do not like the fact that they're naked. I don't like them. Like they're C. C for me. For me. I don't want to look at them anymore. So I'm just gonna move this to Sweat. Go ahead, Sweat. Ugh.
I had one of these when I was a kid. It was like one of those little birthday gifts that was kind of like part of a set. You're supposed to make a wish on their like little gem in the middle of their belly to make it come true. It's a cute little nostalgia toy. I want to put it at a low B, high C, I suppose. I mean, I get where Court is coming from. They are creepy looking, but they at the same time have a bit of a nostalgia value to me.
All right, that's fair. Okay, those handheld games that that you would that they would make in certain movies. Let me send a picture. Uh, I'm sending the pic, Sweat.
Okay, I've seen those. Never actually played them. Yeah, no, I mean, I never actually played them. I mean, not if I already had a Game Boy. So don't quite see the appeal to buy a whole dedicated machine just for one or two games. Um, so I I can't rate it fairly. I don't know. How about you, Court?
Uh, they. I feel like I get bored relatively easy with these guys. I kind of want to say either B or C. I don't see myself having a whole lot of fun. I feel like if I had this as a kid, I'd probably drop it after like 10, 15 minutes. What about you, Sweat?
Uh, only times I've ever seen these things were again in doctor's offices or dentist's office, just in the waiting room. Eh, back then, before the advent of the Nintendo, Sega, whatever, this was your only video game. Mm, I give it a C. It would keep you entertained for 10 minutes in the doctor's office, but not for long car rides.
Yeah. Beanie Babies!
I know what they are, but never actually had or played with them. Um, so yeah, and again, another one that I can't really rate. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like you have some fond memories with the Court.
Oh, I have an entire collection of Beanie Babies. Like I have so many of them. But I loved these as a kid because they were so much fun. And fun, they were so tiny and cute and cute. And they just I love them. Just S all across the board for me. Just I love them. I love them so much. They're S. Sweat. What do you think?
I agree. This is a very big nostalgia toy for me. The original Beanie Babies were like the one thing you always had to get because they were just simple little toys with a cute little tag with a little poem inside. Oh, they were just so cute. Not like the Beanie Babies now with those big eyes. These were like the tiny, cute little animals that had the fun names. It's an S for me. These were like a really sweet nostalgia toy.
Oh, yes. Ooh, Stretch Armstrong.
Mm, no of them. Never played with them, so I can't say. How
Um,
about you, Cord?
eh, they look fun, I guess. Maybe like a B? I don't know. I think I could get some enjoyment out of it if I was a kid and I had this. Yeah, I'm gonna say B. What about you, Sweat?
They kind of look creepy, but I've never played with one, so I'm gonna have to leave my opinion out of this, or go with you, Port.
Alright. Alright, I'll just put in B. Okay, oh, that's what we're called. Huh? Okay, Velcro catch is apparently what Andy's calling it. I'll get a picture up. Hang on. Uno momento.
Ah, those. Yeah, I've seen my neighbors and my friends playing around with those, although we never actually played with them. I mean, they were just kind of just there. So I don't know. Doesn't really quite strike me. I don't know. Maybe I just never knew what the appeal was. So I don't know. I leave it more to you guys to discuss it more.
Um, for me personally, I don't know. I kind of feel like this would be a fun thing to like play around with, because if it's what I'm thinking of, you like pass the ball and then you like catch it with the Velcro and then you toss it. I don't know. I feel like that could be a pretty fun game. So I don't know. I kind of want to say A. Yeah, I'm feeling A. Sweat. What about you?
Whenever I say this, all I can think of is gym class back in kindergarten. But I agree. It's an A. It's if you're teaching a kid how to like catch a ball or at least like get them introduced to like a something that they can do, this is a great way to start.
Hell yeah. I have no fucking clue what this next one is. It's like a. I want to say they're like. I'm taking a stab and saying they're rings. We're seeing the front of the rings, but again, I have no I friggin' clue.
Yeah, I have no idea whatsoever either. So I can't say anything. I can't even. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, I don't even know. Uh, uh, Sweat, you got anything?
They look familiar. I, I, it's they kind of remind me of those old collectible monster toys from back in the day. You know, like how there's those Shopkin things that we got now. I think these were like one of those original ones, like the original buy these little weird looking monsters to complete your collection. I just don't know the name of them.
Huh. Okay.
I have, yeah, I really don't know what to call them, but they look familiar. From the picture, it almost looked like they were those like monster candy things. But yeah, I have no clue where to even put them.
Uh, I'm just gonna put them in C because I have no idea what they are. Um, according to Andy, this is apparently a voice changer. No, not the monster rings. The next one we're doing.
Oh, no, dang it. Huh. Those look familiar. I might have seen those. I don't know. They look like they'd be a lot of fun to play with. I wish I could try them. Well, just based on pure interest alone, um, and a similar thing, with the Talkboy recording device, I I'd be interested. I'd definitely be interested enough to want to play with it. I could probably get a lot of mileage with one of those. So hell, I'd say at least an A. Just based on just based on interest. I don't know. What about you, Court?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I remember having my own voice changer. It didn't look anything like this. It looked more like a megaphone, and it had like its own separate settings that I could like use. And I remember really enjoying it. So yeah, I'd have to agree. I'd say A. What about you, Sweat?
Okay, I remember seeing this very one back when I was in like day camp, like those uh I can't remember what I guess I would say the day camp. Hi Sally. And and though this was a very popular toy. If you got your hands on this, you were set for the rest of playtime. This was a lot of fun. So yeah, I give this an A.
All right. And and he's saying it's like a megaphone but different. Okay, so it is what I'm thinking of. Okay. All right. Captain Planet and the Planeteers Power Ring.
Ah, I forgot that they made those. I would have loved to have gotten one of those, or at least tried to collect a set, because just because I grew up on the show. Um, man, I'd say an A. I don't know what's preventing me from putting it up an S. But I would say at least an A. In my opinion, yeah. I don't know. What about you, Cord? Well, would you have tried to collect these?
If I was a fan of the show at the time, absolutely. So yeah, I'd have to agree and say A. I would have loved having these. I get the feeling if my sense of humor is anything like back then, I would put on Mati's ring and be like, "Hat." What about you, Sweat?
I honestly didn't know they made those. So I have to leave my opinion out because I didn't know they actually made the rings for this show or even a toy.
Fair. All right. The Incredible Crash Test Dummies.
Is this like a play set or a?
No, these are actual action figures and toys made out of the crash test dummies you could see in seatbelt PSAs.
Hmm. Call me weird, but I would have loved to have collected and played with something like those. Um, I don't know. I mean, I was definitely one of those kids that would have loved to uh, essentially have his action figures do a bunch of stunts. So if I had actual figures that look like crash test dummies, I would have been playing with those all day. Um, shit, I wish I had those when I was a kid growing up. Um, but just because it speaks to my play sensibilities as a kid, for me personally, I would have loved to have played with those. So I would put them in S just for that. Yeah. um, I don't know. What do you think, Court?
I'd have to agree with you. Like, like these are really cool because, from what I've gathered, these are the only toys that you expect to break. So like, you play around and they're they were made with the idea that they will break. So I won't lie, that's actually pretty fucking cool. So yeah, I have to agree. I would definitely put this in S. What do you think, Sweat?
Oh, could you put a pick up?
Oh, sure, no problem.
I was about to say, this is the original version of Buster from Mythbusters. I never played with them. I did see like I think when I saw them they were in like Walmart's, like somewhere in like the cheap toy section, but they do look like a lot of fun. You know what? I'll put them in S.
All right.
Oh, cool. I definitely would have loved to have gotten at least 5 or 6 of these just to mess around with.
Yeah. Okay, next we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van.
Freaking S. I freaking remember seeing those and God, I would have loved to have played with one of those. Um, just to have the actual van to be able to have all the figures to put them inside and all that. Freaking S for me. But how about you, Court?
I gotta agree with you, bro. Those are fucking ass. Those are so freaking cool. Like I want to put them in S, like right next to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What about you, Sweat?
I believe they called it the shell tank, but you know what? I'm gonna agree and put it in S.
Hell yeah. Uh, uh, this next one, I'm pretty sure these are Barbie dolls. I I want to say, but for all I know, they could just be generic, just fashion dolls. Those I don't know.
They're Barbies.
All right, yeah, have a feeling. Okay, so yeah, Barbies.
Never played with them, so I can't say shit.
I've never played with them either, but they look all right. So I'm gonna say, I'm not. I'm keeping my opinion out of this. Sweat. What about you?
I actually had a Barbie growing up and I actually cut its hair. um, for the sake of appeal and like at the time, I will give this a low A, high B. Low A.
All right. Okay. Legos.
Dude, it's Legos. S. That you can't you can't you can't say any more. I'm sorry. I mean, this was our Minecraft. This was our Minecraft growing up. So there. S. Enough said. Court.
You know what? You took the words right out of my mouth. I remember loving Legos. I have built so many Lego contraptions, and I remember none of them surviving because I lived in a very chaotic household. So, but yeah, S. Fucking S. Sweat.
My brother had a few. They are not fun to step on in the middle of the night, I will tell you that. But seeing how Legos have grown and seeing like the new Legos today, have you seen how beautiful some of these new Lego sets are? Like the architect ones with the one of the Taj Mahal Empire State Building, or even like a botanical one with the flowers. It's a freaking S.
Fuck yeah. I have no idea what this next one is. I am completely in the dark. No fucking clue. I'm gonna post a picture in a second.
I
But
think.
but I
Oh no,
think
I see it. I think it's. Sorry.
you're good.
I think it's the battle suit for the TMNT.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, it looks fucking cool to me. I would have liked to have played with something like this when I was a kid. And especially if it looks like you can put any compatible action figure in there, I would have tested it with a bunch of any other action figures I had. Well, especially if I had one of those crash test dummies, I would have put it in there. So um uh I'd say high A for me, just because now I'm thinking of wanting to do that. Um, Even though I don't have any of it. What do you think, Cord?
Uh, yeah, I have to agree. I'd say it's a S or an A. This looks so fucking cool. Uh, Either one I'd be happy with. Sweat, what do you think?
I think this is one of those TMNT battle suits, I think. Or it could be oh, what was it? No, it's not the one from Aliens. That outfit was completely different. I think this is from TMNT. I think this is like an ooze launcher and it could shoot out missiles. I say it looks pretty cool. I'd say put it in S.
Alright. I'm gonna put it next to the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones in case it is. If it isn't, well, it just looks badass right next to them either way.
Oh, I definitely would have tried to recreate that scene from Aliens 3 too.
Ooh, yes.
It's Aliens 2, I believe. That's where the battle scene is with that mecha suit.
Oh, it was 2? Whoops.
Yeah. Well,
No, you're good.
the second one is just called Aliens. I remember first one's Alien, second one's Aliens plural, and the third one is Aliens 3. No idea why they decided to put a number on that one of all of them.
Because where do you go from plurals?
From alien to aliens to alien. You got aliened. Okay, and next we have those fuzzy balls. Those almost looks like a pom pom.
I remember messing around with those, although I don't know. I mean, I guess they were a nice little thing to fidget about with in your hand while you're just waiting around, but other than that, I don't know. There's not much else to them besides just that. Unless I'm missing something. But I don't know. To me, here's the other thing as well is that they're also um uh I don't I think maybe iconic is too strong a word, but they're definitely um uh indicative of the 90s. Being that you saw them almost everywhere, practically everywhere. Uh, so I'll give it that. Um, but I don't know. Mm, as for playability in of itself, it was. I guess it's fine, but not quite high. So I put it in a B. Um, yeah. Um, what do you think, Court?
Yeah, I'd say B. Yeah, yeah, B feels right. And right, like they're fun, but I feel I could also get bored after like an hour or two. So yeah, B. Sweat, what do you think?
These are very nostalgic to me because these were kind of nice to roll around your hand because for some reason, they just felt nice in your hand just to squeeze it or move it about. And like Jack said, it's great for something to fidget with. I would give this between an A or a B.
All right, awesome. Okay, the finger skateboard.
Tech Tech.
Tech, thank you.
um, I don't think I ever had the skateboard version. I think I got the. I think I had the one with um the scooter version. I think. Yeah. I think I had the one with the scooter, but I don't know. I was never any good though at trying to do actual tricks with them. But I always liked watching my friends um do them. I remember a friend of mine that did bring his finger skateboard to school, and it was always um I don't know, fun to see him break it out during lunch and just, mess around with it. Um, so, uh, I'd say these are an A. I can appreciate seeing somebody else play with them. And I did understand some of the appeal, at least playing with the scooter version. So yeah, A for me. I don't know. What do you think, Gordon? Did you ever get to play with anything like this?
Um, I don't think so, but I do agree. I feel like I'd have a lot of fun with this, and I definitely have to agree and say it's like an A or maybe even an S. Like, oh, Andy's saying straight up, Tech Deck better be an A or an S. All right. What do you think, Sweat?
I actually had a couple of these myself, if not for the graphics that were on the bottom of the board, which were Transformers G1 style. But I could see the appeal of these because you could actually take the wheels off, put new wheels on, and it kind of felt like you were making your own little model skateboard just with your fingers. I'd say this is a low A, high A, low S.
You know what? Fuck, let's put an S.
Fine by me.
Okay. A laser pointer. Uh, what? Are we saying laser? Are we
mean,
cats?
I was gonna say I'm not a cat, so um,
Or is the
I mean, I
idea?
don't know. I
Sorry.
no, that's cool. I was just gonna say. I mean, I would at least need somebody else to handle the laser pointer while I try to catch it. Because it would just look kind of stupid if I just held the thing in my mouth and pointed somewhere and just tried to bat at it with my hands. I mean, that's kind of, it almost feels like it defeats the purpose. Um, then it, then it's painful as fuck if you actually point your eye. So um, wait a minute, or unless wait, are these the ones that show images or pictures?
I think so, yeah.
It doesn't look like it though. Hey, let me send the pic.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, that. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could show an image, but that just looks like a straight laser pointer. And again, I need somebody else to handle it. But well, you know what? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna be real. I mean, messing around with a laser pointer in general is kind of fun. Um, Especially to mess with other people. I mean, it's definitely something that can get you in trouble real quick at school. But shit, now I'm starting to get some memories of things that I think about doing if I had a laser pointer back then. Uh, shit. Well, okay. Well, this actually kind of bumps it up for me. Now I kind of want to put it in A. Exactly. Yeah, I've been pointing it at. Oh God, crap. I need to. Damn it! I think I actually need to go shop for one. Um, Excuse me. You take over, Court. I'm gonna go on Amazon real quick.
All right, this tier list has inspired Jack to go buy a laser pointer. JesterCast, inspiring people to buy shit every single day. YouTube, give us free stuff. For me personally, I kind of want to put this in A, if only because of the fact that I have cats, and I've used laser pointers with my cats, and if you have cats and you have a laser pointer, you're in for a fun time. So, I'd say A or S for me. What about you, Sweat?
This is an S for me because when you turn the lights off,
and you start playing with a laser pointer in the dark and like make it dance around the wall, it is like you can make your own little laser light show. But yeah, just taking a laser pointer and pointing it at someone when they're doing a lecture. Oh my gosh, if it's just for being, even it's just for a little joke, as long as you're not doing it in someone's face, then it's fine. But seriously, this was like a really fun toy. If you had a laser pointer, you would like the most popular kid around if you had a laser pointer. This is an S for me, just because you could play like all kinds of cool stuff in the dark with it, but also just mess with people.
Yeah. Alright, next up, skip it, skip it. It's skip it.
Can you send a pic?
Sure. And I can also give a little bit of detail. Basically, the skip it is basically a jump rope that you would like have around your leg, and you basically be trying to see how many you could jump because there is a counter on the ball.
Okay, I've seen these. I've seen I've seen the neighborhood kids play with them. Or well, sure, maybe it was on TV. Or well, maybe or probably a commercial. I've seen them, but I never really got into those kinds of games as a kid. Um, and they look fun. But it's just not for me though. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure whether to rank them or at least just keep withhold any opinion just because I never actually played with them, nor do I have any particular interest in them. Eh, I'm a hold off. What do you think, Cord?
I've seen the commercials for these babies, and they look fun. But I've heard stories from people who actually play with them. They're apparently absolutely insanely difficult to actually do well. But like apparently it's really hard to like actually master one of these. And Andy's saying that they hurt your dang ankles. He goes, and honestly, that makes sense considering you have to like that the thing is around your leg and you have to try and jump over it. So I can imagine how many times it probably slammed right into a kid's legs and just bruised them to Kingdom Come. So while they're not, I'd say B if for that alone because poor legs. No one wants your ankles covered in bruises just because you're trying to play with a do-it-yourself jump rope. So yeah, B for me. What about you, Sweat?
I actually played with these when I was a kid, and it was a challenge to get it started, but it was kind of the same concept as a hula hoop. But the one thing is that if you had a bare ankle playing with this, you can definitely, you would definitely feel it. And it would only hurt if you got in the way. And man, those things are shin knockers. Those things hurt if they hit your shin, especially if they bounced. But I mean, they were fun. They were good during gym class when I was a kid. Um, I would have to say this is a B for me.
Yeah, I agree. I will say though, it does have probably one of the catchiest jingles for a super commercial I've ever heard of.
Hey now kids, come gather round. See what just skipped into town. So skip it. Do run, do jump, do hop, hop. Skip it. Skipping and a screaming and a bop to bop. But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. So try to beat your very best score. See if you can jump a whole lot more. Skip it. Come on everybody, skip it. Roaring good fun from Tiger Toys.
Sorry. So yeah, B. Okay, that um that that tooth alligator game, and give the tooth. You had to, like, push the teeth and the gator. You had to, like, get the teeth gator.
Huh. Never seen that before. I don't even know how it works.
Gator Chomp, thank you. Sorry. I remember playing this as a kid, and I remember loving it. Yes, thank you, Sweat. This is why, yeah, it's a trigger game where you press the T to avoid getting bit by the gear. That's how it worked. I was trying to remember if you pushed down at them or if you actually had to remove the teeth. But yeah, it's a fun game. Solid A for me. What about you, Sweat?
I never played it, but I had something similar, but involved golf, where you knock the golf ball into the gator's mouth and it would flick it back with its tail.
Oh,
A
Gator
game
Golf.
like this, never had it. Yeah, Gator Golf had that, but I never had the Gator Chomp game. I've seen it, but never played it. But it does look like fun. Another anxiety-inducing game.
Yeah.
I give this an A.
Hell yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, Street Sharks!
Oh, like the action figures?
Yeah.
Never actually had those. Growing up, actually, I didn't learn about Street Sharks until like I don't know, 2007, 2008. Um, well, actually, I think it was probably only because of Robot Chicken that I learned about Street Sharks. But I don't know, they look pretty. They look pretty cool. I probably would have liked to have would have liked to have had at least one or two of the figures, if not trying to collect the whole set. Um, they do look pretty gnarly. I put it anywhere in A territory, I would say. Uh, that's just me, though. What about you, Cord? Sounds like you have a certain passion for the Street Sharks.
Oh, I love the Street Sharks animated series, and I've always wanted to have the toys. Because the toys look sick, is all I'm gonna say. So, I've never played with them, but honestly, my love for the show kind of wants me to put them in the ass. But, that's just me. Sweat, what do you think?
I can't give my opinion because I've never played with these things. Heard of them, but never played with them. So your opinion is your opinion is as good as mine.
Okay. Huh. So, Jack's saying A, I'm saying S. How do we decide? Who's the tiebreaker?
Honestly, I'd say you'd be more the tiebreaker because you seem to have a better roots with it than I do. So
Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, again, I've never played with the toys, but I have watched the show, so yeah, fuck it, it's going to S. It's going to S because my show, my rules. I'm pulling an Aaron Hansen. I'm taking the wheel. And finally, the last toy on this tier list, the yo-yo.
oh, classic. I definitely had one, or yeah, one or two of them growing up. I'll be honest though, it took me a long while before I actually, could get the hang of just playing with a yo-yo to begin with. Um, but once I actually did figure it out, yeah, I probably played with it just about as much as the any of my bouncy balls. So, uh, yeah, it's one of those older toys that is I think it's practically timeless. So, as for me, yeah. What about you, Court?
Hell yeah. Yo-yo's an S. I love me a yo-yo. I remember having yo-yos when I was a kid. Took me a while to like learn a couple tricks, but I got it in the end, and I had fun. So yeah, yo-yo S. What about you, Sweat?
It's an S for me because who can go wrong with a yo-yo? As long as you don't break anything with it. And for me, I would still want a yo-yo. Like that'd be just like the best fidget toy. It's just like let it go down, bring it up, put it down, bring it up. It's an S.
Hell yeah. And there we go. That is our tier list on 90s toys. Pretty satisfied with how everything looks. Pretty satisfying.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I would agree. It's nice.
We're all in agreement. It is nice. Alright. Alright, we've done the cartoons, we've done the toys. So that leaves us with the sitcoms, the fashion, 2 movie tier lists, snacks and drinks, candy, bands, and hit music singles. I think we have enough time to get through like a very short one of these. But because we have like an hour and a half left.
Which would be the shortest one to do you think?
Wouldn't that be drinks?
No, because that one is both snacks and drinks, so it'd probably be pretty long if it has both.
Mm. Just double check to make sure. I was just double checking to make sure. Because wouldn't snacks and drinks be their own separate category?
I mean, not really, because drinks can also be snacks, because you would have some drinks with snacks.
Okay, that's true.
Uh, let me look through some of these. First, let me organize on the ones we've already done. Let me look through fashion and see how many we got here. Yeah, this one's not that long. We can get through the fashion, no problem. And oh boy, the fashion in the 90s were something else.
Oh boy.
Weren't they mostly just really loud colors?
You're thinking of the 80s.
No, if you look at the 90s, there were some outfits that were like really loud colors, like really bright oranges and such like that.
Maybe. But, alright. Let me, I feel like I gotta zoom in quite a bit here because I gotta see firsthand what we're working with. Some of these I'm having a hard time even putting together what's supposed to be the fashion. Uh, you know what? I might have to come back to this one because I'm having a hard time telling what articles of clothing I'm supposed to be looking at for some of these.
I think I can name some of them.
All right. In that case, I will trust your judgment on this one. So, okay. 90s fashion. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay. First one.
Okay, I think this was the popular feather boa style, where you would put like the feather boa and it's like all pink and everything.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so we're focusing on the boa.
Okay.
Mm, well, I don't know. When I see that, the first thing I think of is usually what music artist is wearing this? Because I think that's really the only group I ever saw um, wearing those informal, thin-looking, feathery type boas. Yeah, exactly. Most of those most of the pop stars at the time, exactly. Um, well, I think they pull it off. I think it works for them. Um, Not sure I'd ever see them. Well, then again, it's not like I pay attention to those events these days, anyway. But I mean, hey, it's I think it's simple enough, simple and subtle enough that it could probably still survive to this day if it isn't already. So I'd say solid A. Sure, why not? Solid A for me. I don't know. What do you think, Court?
Um, I'd say maybe more of a B in my personal opinion, if only because while it does look nice, my like my brain always tries to look for like the practical purposes. And it's like, okay, my brain has two sides of things. One is for creative purposes, and one is for practical purposes. Creatively speaking, the feather boa does look nice, but practically speaking, it just kind of gets in the way. Like it doesn't really. So yeah, I don't know. No, it just doesn't do much for me. Like it looks all right, but yeah, for me, I'd say it's a B. I don't know. What do you think, Sweat?
I have to agree with you on that. Practicality, it's a no-go. Artistically, it looks good. It brings the outfit together, but I would definitely have to take it off if I was like going to eat something. So I agree, it's a B. And I think it's more like the flamboyant feminine look at the time, because pink was really, really big among girls around the 90s. So I think it was like that, you know, hyper fixation on feminine pink along with the boa.
Hmm. Okay. All right. I want to say this is like a khaki skirt. I want to say.
No, mini skirt.
Oh,
The
the
mini
mini
skirt
skirt.
backs
Okay,
then
okay.
were really popular.
All right. Sorry, when I think of mini skirt, usually my brain usually goes to like the denim kind.
This is just mini skirts in general.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Ah, uh, well, I mean, it's not like I wear them, so I don't really feel like I can say much um,
I mean, you
about
don't wear
them.
feather boas
I mean,
either.
yeah, right. But I mean, I guess they're all right. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have even been able to tell that this was '90s specific because just because I see them pretty commonly enough that I don't really have any particularly high opinion of them. Um, so I don't know. Well, I guess because of that, because it's not so outlandish. Oh, okay. I see. So they were, well, back then, I'm sure considered a more rebellious type look. And yeah, I can understand why, but I don't know. To me, they seem commonplace enough that that they've obviously still survived up until today to be worn still. So mm, I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really rating these on any kind of fair scale or anything. I don't know. I'll just defer to you guys. Court.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. But I mean, honestly, the thing about fashion is that it's all based purely, for the most part, on aesthetics. It's like 90% aesthetics, 10% practicality. Even though I usually try to always think of the practical purposes, and practically, I guess, from an aesthetic standpoint, these skirts look fine, fine. So I could agree with an A. And I guess I can understand the whole rebellious thing going on. So, yeah, I can agree with an A. And it does its job fine. What do you think, Sweat?
Okay, coming from my point of view, I see no reason to wear a mini skirt because if you bend over, you're showing the world a lot of things that really shouldn't be seen. But I can see the allure of the mini skirt because it does, in a way, it hugs the hips and the thighs very well, giving a nice silhouette. And it does complement a lot of nice outfits. Like if you have a more longer top that comes down to like the hips or the waist, a mini skirt adds a little bit more length to it. So I see the appeal. But for practicality, I would rather I see mini skirts now that have like the leggings underneath them to complete the look. And only then do I see the practicality of it. I will never wear a skirt without shorts underneath it. That's my prerogative. But I give this an A.
Alright. Alright, this is yet another example of having no idea what I'm looking at because all I can think of is, holy fuck, is that a lot of denim? 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 Denim.
Yeah, denim was really popular back then because of like I think that was like the budding country rock scene, but denim was really big back in the 90s. I would know because when I was a kid, I had denim overalls, little denim jeans, even a denim jacket.
Yeah, I forgot how crazy people were in the '90s with denim, and I guess it does make sense from which scene that you described, Sweat, where it really really came about. Um, the personally, I never got into the, I guess, quote unquote denim obsession until my first denim jacket. But then again, that was like well into the 2000s, so I don't think that counts. But anyway, uh, if we're talking about the trend of how crazy people got with denim, I'm kind of glad that that sort of died off and only um, maybe limited to a few individuals that are still trying to pull it off for themselves. I mean, good luck to them. Um, okay, mostly stuck to the Western scene. But even with the Western scene today, at least they're not going too crazy with it, or this is from what I've seen so far. But this though, yeah, it's a bit um, much. So I, this if we're yeah if we're talking to this extent of denim, I say C. It's just too much for me. Um, yeah. What do you think, Court?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like, I personally am not a fan of denim. Like, I remember trying to wear jeans a while ago, and I hated it every second, every time I put them on. My legs were not made for jeans. And jeans, every time I have denim on my skin, I just feel so uncomfortable. So, that's a C for me just on that alone. But even taking that out of the picture, this much denim is just absolutely ludicrous. It's bonkers. So yeah, C for me. What about you, Sweat?
The only time denim ever works for me if it's overalls, jeans, and a jacket. That's it. That denim dress, what the hell was she thinking? So it's a unless it's for pants or a jacket, it's a C.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, this next one I definitely know because I watch a lot of MC Hammer, and that because these are parachute pants.
Yeah, those are parachute pants.
mm, I'm a little mixed with this. Just because, well, okay. I did kind of like how they look silhouette wise, but I don't know. I kind of hoped for, or rather, um, rather I tried to look for similar pants that weren't as, I don't know, loud or quite as in your face about it. Something more a little bit that had more muted colors. Um, and to an extent, we do have those today. But um, back then, I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of how comfortable they are, especially with having so much room on the inside. But the styling of them back then, I'm not that big a fan of either. Um, because I like something unique, but I don't want to draw attention to myself. Um, I'm just going to be middle of the road and say B. What do you think, Court? Do you think these would be something more comfortable for you to wear, or?
I don't think so. The entire time, I think I'll be like subconsciously wanting to pull them up, and yet I know they were made to feel baggy, and I'm just like, no. I feel weird the entire time wearing them. Like they work for MC Hammer. I don't think they work for me. So B for me. What do you think, Sweat?
I see the appeal, but I just wouldn't want to wear them myself. I would say a B.
All right. And now we're back to me being in the dark, having no idea what I'm supposed to be looking at. I don't know if I'm supposed to be looking at the top or the pants or what.
Ah,
This would be the classic midriff where the belly would be showing. This is a
Oh,
style.
okay.
okay. Hmm. It's interesting how I guess it did extend to the 90s, but I kind of found it interesting how the look was kind of it was a what's the term? Um, kind of unisex because both men and women would be would be pulling off the midriff. Well, especially for unisex. Thank you. Yeah, especially if guys were exercising. Well, hell, the Rocky movies. I think there were montages and scenes of Rocky doing his thing in a shirt that's obviously quite worn to the point where we could see uh, the midriff. Um, so yeah. Um, I don't know. Some part of me has always been a little curious about wanting to wear a shirt like that myself, or or have a little more air in that area. Um, but I don't know. Uh, I mean, if it works, it works. And it and at least it still permeates today. So it's a look that's lasting, or it's still, yeah, it's still pulling through. So I'd say at least an A, maybe. Um, yeah, I'll just say A and just keep it at that. I don't know. What do you think, Gord?
Yeah, I have to say A. My only gripe about it is I don't like the fact that nowadays the idea of wearing a midriff has kind of become overtly sexualized, and I don't really understand why. Because really, get down to it, you're just seeing someone's stomach. It's really not that big of a sexual thing, and yet that's what most people go to when they see something like that, and I I think it's kind of stupid and a little perverted. So, but yeah, I do see how it's stuck around in fashion nowadays. So, yeah, solid A. I don't know. What's your take, Sweat?
Well, to go along what you said with it being over sexualized, I think it's because of how a lot of guys are attracted to the waistline and how the idea of seeing like just the naked part of the skin around the midsection is appealing to them. I mean, if you can pull it off, it is a great look. But I would just think, wow, your lower back must be getting cold. You don't want to feel like the wind blowing on your back or your stomach, because practically it work in the summer, but not in like fall or winter. Because I mean, you be freezing. All in all, I can give this I can give this a B.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think something that really has my blood boiling is when especially regarding the sexualization thing, is the fact that in fact you're at the point where if a girl wants to like show off her stomach and stuff, like the mother just be like, I will not have my daughter dressing up as a slut, and sometimes I'm like, girl, what the fuck, you know?
I think it's because you're showing off your stomach, which is more closer down to the hips and the top part. So it's like they see like it's just one little bit of inch away from like your chest or your hips, at least in a sense of a girl instead of a guy.
Maybe. I will say though, to your point of like midriffs like on winter, I get the feeling if you're wearing that kind of stuff in spring and summer, in summer makes sense. It says you gotta cool off. You're wearing that on winter, you're clearly doing it for attention.
Pretty much. What's the next one?
Next one, I want to say we're supposed to be looking at the pants for this one because they're all wearing the same pants, just in different colors.
Yeah, those are the cargo pants or the army style pants. Because this was the time of pockets.
Got it. Yeah,
Oh
cargo
yes.
pants. Okay.
Yeah, personally, if it's not jeans or denim pants for me, I'm always wearing cargo pants personally. I mean, I just love having those extra pockets, and to me, they look stylish. And I'd say they had way better options, way more styles and options back in the '90s as far as these um, types of cargo pants are concerned. And I wish I could have gotten a hold of some of those. So, um, so this is definitely my bias and my personal fashion sensibilities showing here, but I put them in S. So yeah, that's just me though. How about you, Court?
Uh, yeah, I can get with that. I can understand how this would be an S. I mean, I, I could definitely appreciate having the extra pockets if I have to go out of the house. So, yeah, S. I can get with S. What about you, Sweat?
I don't call these cargo pants. These are convention pants. You want these at a convention because you would have plenty of space to put your extra loot. But yeah, I would put this at an S because the ones that these ladies are wearing are perfect because you have like a variety of colors for a variety of different situations. And I kind of like that you'd have them in these like different colors, even if it is pink or a weird sky blue, it still looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, we have to take a stab with this one. I'm gonna say this is either plaid or maybe like a suit jacket and a jacket because like I'm looking at this and this is definitely like from Clueless. And
Gingham. This is the gingham style where it is plaid, kind of like the stuff from Heather's, but it's called gingham.
okay.
Huh. This is I don't know, quite foreign to me. I didn't even know that there was such a particular style or name attached to such a style anyway. Um, hmm. I don't know what to think of it. I I mean, hmm. Plaid. Well, I mean, if it is just the pattern itself, I'm not that big of a fan of plaid, to be honest. Except the one exception maybe this will come up later in the list, is uh for a grunge look. I do like that, but just kind of on its own, where it's emphasized like this, just it's not for me. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the person. If they can pull it off, great for them. But me, no, just not for me. C. Well, that's my take on it. Oh, well, how about you, Court?
Um, I don't know. I personally quite enjoy plaid, because like I've worn quite a bit of flannel in the past. In the past, well, okay, to put it more specifically, I haven't worn flannel per se, but I have worn a lot of plaid. But though I do want to get some more flannel in my wardrobe. Um, but regarding to, like the whole the plaid look here, um, I quite enjoy it. I like it works. It works. It works for here. It works for like and it works for like the characters in Clueless and Heather's. And so yeah, I personally enjoy it. I would put in like an A or a B. But that's my take. What about you, Sweat?
I only like the plaid idea if it's on the skirt, not the jacket. Uh, I would give it more of a B for me. Between a B and a C. If it's the jacket, it's a C. The skirt, I give it an A or a B.
But both together?
Altogether, I would have to say C.
Okay. Okay, this next one, I want to say, I'm gonna take another step here. I want to say we're supposed to be looking at the overalls here.
Not so much the overalls, but I think it's the shirt itself. Is this from like, oh, this is from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think it's more like I think we're supposed to be looking more at the shirt and the overalls. Mostly the shirt.
Okay.
Hmm. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I did kind of forget that that was yeah, that the 90s were definitely a time when they were trying to bring overalls into the mainstream and hip hop ish scene with the way they were stylized or paired with certain clothing. Hmm. I don't know. I just never really got into it, or at least that's for me, or at least that's just me personally. Um, but I don't know. I see someone else wearing them. I don't really bat an eye or anything. It's just okay. That's what they're wearing. All right, cool. But it's just not something I would wear. I don't know. I just I don't know. I don't really feel any particular way about it. Um, so I'm just going with B as a middle of the road kind of response. Let's just say, yeah. Uh, Court, I defer to you.
Uh, I'm gonna have to agree and say B. Like overalls in this instance don't. I don't really feel anything for them. Like with certain outfits, like I can see the appeal of overalls. Like in fact, there's actually one of my characters. I actually asked to have designed with overalls, and it works great for her. But when it comes to, like overalls as a general fashion statement, they just don't really do much for me. So I have to agree and say B. Sweat, on to you.
I would say B as well, because they are practical in their own way, but as an overall aesthetic, eh.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try again. Okay, I think I got this one. What? This is either the punk look or leather.
This is the original punk goth at the time. Original punk.
Ah, okay.
Aha! First try.
Hmm. I feel like maybe there are elements of the punk goth look I would have liked to have incorporated into some of my daily wear, but I just couldn't go through that extra step though with the let's say the accessories and the makeup and touch-ups there. It would just be more about um the orientation of my shirts and jackets, I guess. Um but okay, maybe one necklace. Um I don't know. I don't know. If I wanted to go for something that went with a little extra, that went the extra mile, I would say it's not it's not bad. Um, I don't know. I'm, I don't know. I'm feeling a bit of a um pulling in different directions here. Yeah, I don't know. Good and bad. Just like I said, there may be some elements of it I would have liked, and other elements, maybe not so much. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my gut reaction. This is more of another middle of the road answer for me. Just a B. I was about to say A, but for some reason I feel reluctant to even put it in A. Um, I can't quite explain why. Um, I don't know. How does this strike you, Court?
Um, Honestly, I find this pretty aesthetically pleasing in my personal opinion. I don't know. No, something about them. I don't know. No, I grew up listening to like a lot of that hard rock where this kind of look was like the norm in like the band covers, or like the looks of the band. So I've seen like the music videos for folks like for these kinds of bands, and yeah, I don't know. No, for me, I I honestly would put it in an A in my personal opinion, but that's me. What about you?
Aesthetically, I'd say it's nice because it's not too much, it's not too little. I would actually agree with Jack a little bit. I want to say it's in the middle of the road. I mean, there's some elements I like, some I don't. I think this is like the character from the movie Craft. But eh, I'd say it's a B.
Okay.
Sally agrees.
That's why she's complaining. She's like, "How dare you put pumpkin B?" Ah! Um, ah, I think you got your wish, Jack. I think this is that grunge look you were talking about.
Ah, there we go. This is definitely more my scene. I mean, it's okay. Well, I guess this is what I mean by if we're comparing, contrasting about why I would like some elements from the punk look, or the previous look, but only because my personal fashion sensibility is more understated, more subtle, um, um, but above all, comfortable. And this is very casual and comfortable um, enough. So for me, it's an S, just because of how just because of its pure simplicity. Um, So yeah, that's just my take on it, and a bit of my bias speaking. So yeah, I don't know. How about you, Court?
Um, yeah, I have to agree with you. It definitely looks like a comfortable look. Like I can definitely see myself like wearing this, and just feeling very cozy. You know, it's that cozy feel, and I appreciate that. And that it just feels very cozy. So yeah, I have to agree and say yes. What about you, Sweat?
I have to agree. That's an S because even I could see myself wearing that. It looks so relaxed. It feels like a relaxed look. Relaxed college, listening to music, chilling look.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like a look that like anyone going through the autumn season can can curl up and wearing. All right. I want to say this is more that denim scene with the denim jacket. Just a denim jacket. Jean jacket. Same thing.
Okay. Well, but hey, jean jacket is um classic, I'd say. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with a jean jacket. Well, depending on what you're pairing it with, but and I guess it all and I guess with the jean jacket, there's also more versatility, not just in what you pair it with, but even how you would want to customize it. Because definitely during my college years, I had a lot of fun trying to customize my one denim jacket into all sorts of different styles and aesthetics, which could be worn with just about anything. So I'd say it's a classic, timeless look. With a lot of versatility to it. So for me, a good jean jacket goes into an S. Uh, what say you, Gort?
Well, again, I'm not the biggest fan of denim, and jean jackets are usually made out of denim, so I'm not sure I can give a good opinion on this. But like for me, I'd say it's a solid A. It looks fine. It looks good. Good. I like it. I just don't see myself wearing it personally. Um. Uh. What dost say thou, Sweateth?
I'll give this an A. It's a very versatile outfit, but I feel like it's more something you'd wear in the fall. Definitely not in the spring or the winter time. This is definitely something more set to the fall theme.
Yeah. Okay. This next one I look at, and all I can think is just like I just get like hip hop vibes. Is that it? Is this the hip hop look? Or is it the baggy pants?
Ah, the Junko jeans.
Yeah, these were the flared jeans at the time. Flared jeans, like the really wide bottoms, were really, really popular then. It's like something out of the hip hop scene.
Oh yeah. Um, hmm. I'm a little weird on this, just because I know at one point I really wanted a pair of my own, and then I don't know. Somehow one day, just looking around and then seeing somebody else wear them, I don't know. I had that thought hit me. God, did I really want a pair of those when I was a kid? I'm kind of glad I didn't. Um, cause well, here's the thing. Actually, a pair of jeans that I always wanted to wear are some bell bottoms. I always wanted to wear a pair of those. Something that had that was a bit more flared out. But these though, I think I think they went a little too hard with the flare outs, and they extended it across the legs entirely. So while I do like baggy pants, this is much. Um Too much for me. So um I'm I mean, I do see them quite rarely these days. Actually, I do have a friend that wears a pair, and well, I mean, they look fine in them, but I don't know. I don't think I could ever wear them without feeling a little bit silly, personally. So, uh, these unfortunately are condemned to a C for me. So, yeah. I don't know. What's your take, Court?
Honestly, this might me. I might be a bit too harsh here, but I kind of want to put these in D because I look at these and these just look. I don't. I look at them, I just think, oh my god, bros, pull up your pants. And like, I know that's how they're supposed to look, but it's like, it, it just does not work. They look so goofy. They look so goofy. Like, am I supposed to take these seriously? They look like clown pants. These, I'm sorry, this is a D for me. Just they look so dumb. What say you, Sweat?
Oh, come on, you don't see the practicality. Think about it. They make good tents. I'm sorry, I had to make the joke because look how big the feet are. I mean, if you thought bell bombs were bad back then, I mean, this is worse. I agree. This is a D, but man, it's kind of funny just to say they're portable tents.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact if you try to put one of those on and you start walking around, I can only see it not take long before you trip over yourself.
Constant trip hazard.
Yeah, really. I mean, how do you walk around with those with shoes if they're just covered?
Yeah, honestly. Alright, this next one,
You shuffle.
I want to say this is either a tracksuit or a jumpsuit. I don't know what's the correct terminology here.
I want to say tracksuit because if it was a jumpsuit, it'd be connected. Tracksuits are two separate items.
Got it.
I'm man, I might get a lot of flack for this, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. When I see this kind of tracksuit, um, two things I think of. Um, Soccer moms or Karens. I'm sorry. It's just I I mean, okay, well, I mean, with that said, I'll say this: in the '90s, I'm sure they thought, it's hip, trendy, cool, but I am honestly sorry that it started to become the look for, you know, those today. So, uh, and I don't know, they don't even look honestly, they don't even look that comfortable to me. I don't even know what kind of material those are made of, but they don't look comfortable at all. So it just gets a D from me. Sorry. Um, Court.
Uh, I'm gonna be a bit nicer and say C, because while it looks extremely tacky in my opinion, I can see the practical use of it in some aspects. So if a woman were if someone were like to wear this for like for exercise purposes and I could see why they would want to. I could see the necessity. So yeah, I'm gonna say C. What say you, Sweat?
All I can say is that Jack, you're way on the mark when it comes to this outfit because all I can see is that is a woman going to see the manager about not getting a free damn coupon. For exercise purposes, I agree with Court. I'm gonna have to put this at a C. But every time I look at this photo, all I can see is I want to speak to your manager. Look.
I look at this look and the words that come to my mind is, "Do you know who I am?"
No, I do not. No, I don't care. And if you ask for the manager, well, guess what? I am the manager.
Okay, so these are like sweaters. I don't
Oh,
know the exact material, but they're definitely sweaters.
cardigans.
Cardigans. Thank you.
They're cardigans, I believe. And every time I see this, all I can think of is stuffy white dudes with who think they're all that, aka Chads.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pump the brakes that for a second, Sweat, because I look at this and all I can think of is it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? This looks like Mr. Rogers.
Not with the guys wearing it. Mr. Rogers rocked his kind of cardigan. His were iconic. These feel like the people that you see in those country clubs.
Okay, fair.
Actually, from this picture, what I was thinking of, uh, are Joey and Chandler and Friends. I'm fairly certain I've seen them wear have these looks on before. um, but I don't know. As far as rating these, personally, I've never really been a sweater guy. I don't know. But that said, um, I might have liked. I might have would. I might have liked the. Yeah. No, that definitely the cardigan. I definitely would have. I probably would have liked the cardigan. And especially I don't know, for something like I don't know, like if you're gonna be in a long plane ride, um, I don't know why that specifically, but for me, if I had something like that to put on and to comfortably keep myself warm during the flight, that wasn't a full on hoodie or jacket. Cardigan seems like a nice thing to have on you, just for that purpose, and something quick to just put on and warm up without it feeling too, I don't know, suffocating in any way. But but and yet weirdly not something I would wear. Yeah, like a lounge style, but not something I would wear um, walking about every day. I don't know. That's just not for me. But I don't know. So that said, if it's only for a specific, very specific situation, mm, I just put it in the B. Um, yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Especially since I'm not really much of a sweater guy anyway. Uh, yeah. Court, what say you?
Uh, I'm with you. I'm not really a sweater person either. And I always found them just too stuffy for me. But like, I can see why other people would wear them. They do look pretty cozy, and if other people enjoy them, then more power to them. But yeah, they never did anything for me. They just always felt way too stuffy and just a bit too uncomfortable. So, yeah, B for me. Sweat.
I actually do like sweaters. I mean, I'm a little bit of a maple here, but I love a good, really baggy sweater. The kind that you could stick your knees in and just like huddle in, just say, no one's here, no one's in Sweater Town. I would give it an A.
All right. Well, unfortunately, it seems you're outnumbered. Two B's and one A equals a B. Sorry, Sweat.
It's okay.
All right. Okay. Want to say this is like a hockey jersey, some kind of jersey.
It's a jersey. It's I think it's like a hockey jersey in itself, but back then, like wearing like the oversized jersey shirt was really popular. I think someone who on Friends would wear like something like this. I want to say someone on Friends would wear it.
I'm pretty sure it was Joey.
It probably be Joey.
Yeah, Joey. I think Joey wore this a lot. So it was kind of popular back then.
How you doing?
Yeah, makes sense. um, I mean, he's a Knicks fan after all.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I never got into the um wearing a jersey thing. I mean, well, because first off, I never really followed any sports teams in particular back then. So I don't know. It just I don't know. I just never really got into it. So well, just because of that, I can't. I don't feel like I can give a full honest opinion because you know what, I'd be willing to bet that is a comfy, casual look. But since I never really got into it myself, I can't say for sure. So I'll just defer to you guys.
Um, I've worn like a jersey or two in my heyday, and yeah, they're all right. Right, I'd say they're a solid B or an A. I want to say like they're pretty cozy. And see, they're pretty comfy. Like they're not something I wear all the time, but they're pretty cool. So yeah, B or an A. And for that, I will have to let loose the sweat.
I don't know about jerseys, at least of sports teams, but all in all, I'm gonna have to agree with Court on this one. But at the same time, I also agree with Chad because I'm not one to follow sports unless it's the Olympics, and I would just tune in for those. Other than that, I'll agree with Court.
Yeah. I'll put an A. A look good. Yeah, A. A. A.
Hey,
A. That bike made me the fawns. Just a motorcycle, Mr. C? I suppose your mother was just a mother. Sorry. Okay, next we have I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be focusing on the bra. Is that bra or a bikini top?
that's a bikini top. It's the combo of having the jeans, like the long pants with the very short top, aka the bikini top. Something you'd see more in Miami these days, but over there, it's the jean shorts, not the jean bottoms. But the whole concept is the bikini top with the very long pants.
Got it.
And people would just been walking around in those.
Well, in more tropical areas, yeah. But this was more popular among Britney Spears. I think of like a couple of her music videos. I think Christina Aguilera had something like this. This was more like the beach vibe kind of style.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I mean, I was about to say, I don't know. I thought the look was limited just to the music videos, but well, like, I mean, I guess some people were bold enough to wear it around town if the climate was uh matching for it. I don't know. Um, I mean, I don't know. The concept sounds cool, but I don't know. I would think that it would just feel weird, even as cool as it looks, just to I don't know, have that up top. That's normally that normally has you in the mindset to okay, we're gonna go swimming, we're gonna go to the beach and make a whole day of it, versus what you have at the bottom, nice pair of jeans, but I wouldn't want to get sand all over it. You know, it I feel I don't know. I feel conflicted about it. But I don't know. But then again, maybe that's just me. For those who are actually wearing it, um, maybe they're fine with it, and maybe I'm just thinking way too hard about it. So I don't know. It's a strange one for me. I don't know. Um. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling. My gut feeling says C, just because I'm not really sure about the pairing of it. Yeah. Court, what do you think?
See, it's difficult because I find it aesthetically pleasing, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if it's because I actually think the two pieces work together, or if it's just because I'm a guy, I think that looks kind of hot. Like I'm trying to like
Yeah.
figure my feelings out here, and here because I'm trying to be to look at this like as I'm. I am. Oh my god. This is difficult. I don't know. No, like I'm trying to judge this solely on the effort alone, and not on the yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely only works in the context of music videos. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to I'm gonna go my gut feeling and say B. B is what I'm feeling. Like, yeah, B. Okay, I'm going with B. Okay, Sweat.
Okay, I actually know what you guys are trying to say. The aesthetic of it is very pleasing, but from a girl's point of view, this is as close to going what guys would call topless as you can possibly get. Because if you look at it, look how many guys walk around with just jeans on and no shirt. That alone is aesthetically pleasing, and at the same time, why would you do that? So this is just like the female aspect of it. It's having that freedom of having, some skin on top and feeling airy and breezy, but also having coverage on the bottom so you're not having to worry about showing off too much skin on the lower half. So, in a way, there is a form of practicality to this, in and out of the music video scene. And aesthetically, it is very pleasing. Does that kind of help you guys?
Yeah, definitely. But where would you put it personally?
Well, looking at it aesthetically, I actually find it aesthetically pleasing. I would actually put this at a B. It's at the same time, if you put it in my context, it it really does make sense why someone would wear this, especially if they have like a nice pair of shoes on, like sandals or maybe those strappy platform shoes. It would work.
Hmm. Yeah, fair.
I could see that.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Uh, and the moment I saw it, I was kind of uncomfortable because like this is literally just a crotch, but I feel like it's supposed to be looking at the belt.
It is. It's the studded belt. It's kind of like those studded belts that you mostly would see either on the emo scene, goth, or more grunge punk.
Yeah, but you could see why, and why my first thought was that is just a crotch.
You got a dirty mind. I was looking at the belt, but yeah, I can see what you're saying. That is a crotch. But yeah, we're looking at the belt here.
All right, belt.
Hmm. Okay. Well, the belt. I don't own one, but I would kind of wish that I had, or would like to, if I had, if I was trying to go for a certain look one day. But this belt, though, only if I had at least one or a pair of matching bracelets to go with it. If I really want to go for that kind of look specifically. Um, and I'm trying to think. I still saw still saw the belt that style belt permeated um, um, well into the 2000s. I don't know if people are still wearing them today. Overall, I mean they probably are. I mean I think I still see them on the racks here and there at various shops. Uh, hmm. Well, I mean, given that it's a specific and sort of indicative look of a certain music style, or I guess several. I kind of like it for what it is, so I'd say A on my end. Um, yeah, that That's my gut feeling with it. What do you think, Court?
Um, yeah, I could see it being an A. Like it definitely works. Works. It definitely looks nice. Like I don't see myself personally wearing it, but yeah, I agree. A. Sweat, what's your take?
I have to give it an A as well. If you have the right outfit that goes with it, I think you could pull it off in a really nice way.
Hell yeah. Alright, and that is our tier list on 90s fashion. And
Nice.
hell yeah. And I don't think we have enough time to do any more because we only have like half an hour left till it's time to end the call it.
Well, I guess that's okay.
Yeah. Trying to figure out if we should come up with something to pad the runtime or if we should just end it here.
Well, I don't have anything else to talk about.
And I'm out of tier list. Well, I'm using out of tier list loosely because I'm out of tier list and then we can do as for this time.
What he's trying to say, folks, is that he doesn't have a tier list that's short enough to fit within a 30-minute time frame.
Exactly. Thank you, Sweat. Sweat is my court jester translator.
No, I'm what's called a simplifier.
That's why I said you're my court jester translator.
Okay, I've got something to say. Let's say this. What was your favorite candy from the 90s? Just you can pick like maybe one piece of candy or two pieces of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of
You
candy.
wanna go there?
But what was your favorite kind of candy from the 90s that you liked?
I can't think of any names, but anything that was green or sour.
Anything gummy.
Anything from Willy Wonka.
All right. Now here's a question that I think is a bit more specific. What is your favorite film from the 90s?
That's so easy. Don Bluth's version of Thumbelina.
Nice.
That or Anastasia by Don Bluth.
Fair.
Would Space Jam be considered a movie of the 90s?
I mean, it
Oh,
came
hell
out in
yeah.
the 90s, so yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. Me personally, I'd have to say probably Liar Liar. That's probably one of my favorite comedies from the 90s, especially given the fact that it stars my boy Jim Carrey.
Liar Liar. Was that didn't that also start Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes, or was that something else?
I think that was something else.
Yeah, this film starred
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking of Big Fat Liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Fat Liar. Okay.
Yeah, the one I watch has Jennifer Tilly and yeah. You know Liar Liar because it has memes like the pen is blue. The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
Oh, okay.
The color of the pen that I hold in my hand is royal blue. Ah. What about you, Jack?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank just because there's so many that come to mind. I can't decide if I like if I have a favorite that's live action or animated.
I mean, you can always pick both live action and animated.
Yeah, I know. Uh, Give me a sec.
Isn't that what Space Jam is?
Well, you got me there.
Pretty sure Space Jam was one of the factors that pushed me into becoming a furry because hot damn Lola Bunny.
Of course. Like, you know what? Actually, you know what? I can't plan a favorite, or at least one for now that really stands out to me that still resonates. A Bug's Life, just because it was only what Pixar's second fully animated 3D film after Toy Story, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah, it was. It was
yeah,
the
yeah,
second.
yeah. Because I
yeah,
remember
no,
immediately
and
after A Bug's Life, they released Toy Story 2.
okay, okay, yeah, that was correct then. But yeah, no, I mean honestly, still um, astounding me with how far they could take um, 3D animation and turn it into a full-on motion picture. Um, and with such a unique take on you know insects but definitely what stood out to me especially was just seeing the city and how much they made they how much of it that they emulated to be like New York, um, basically. That always stood out to me just because as a kid I remember thinking, man, I want to visit a place like that one day. Um, yeah.
And totally fair. And because we went into this last week, I might as well ask favorite animated series from the 90s?
Oof. Oh man, we're gonna be here a while.
It's a tough choice.
That's gonna be a long time.
That's like choosing between your own children.
No kidding. Well, okay. The one show that I would stay up so late to watch that mesmerized me so much as a child has to be Gargoyles. Because it was that one cartoon that wasn't silly that I loved and adored so much. To stay up late and wait for that one cartoon, that one episode that I really wanted to see to come on. Just waiting. Is it this episode? No, it isn't, but it's still cool. Yeah, Gargoyles.
Nice.
For me, it's a tie between Animaniacs and Batman the Animated Series.
Batman the Animated Series. Oh, you know what? Let's just list off a bunch of them that we like. And I know one of them is my favorite. I actually sent you guys uh, I think I sent you guys a list of them from a Watch Mojo thing. And one of them, number 4, SWAT Cats.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I said it earlier, but
Just for that opening alone.
yeah, I'll say I said it before, but I'll say it again right now. Street Sharks is absolute banger.
What I love about it is just the term frenzy. What about you, Chuck?
Hmm. I'm trying to think in my head any show in particular that I would actually um s- um try to catch weekly back then. Um I know back then I was still a little um iffy on Batman just because how much he kind of scared me. And I think I remember why. It wasn't the original Batman the Animated Series that was airing at the time. It was the I only learned about this later on. When they did when they did the continuation, but it was called, what was it? Labeled The New Batman Adventures. At that point, when Robin has already become Nightwing, there was the new Robin, Tim Drake, and everybody got those redesigns that was a lot more angular and sharper. Um, yeah, characters in a lot of characters in that got complete redesigns. Some of them which were a lot scarier than others, like Scarecrow, for instance. Uh, God, he looked like nightmare fuel. The way he was designed by that point.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Oh yeah, I remember. It was Batman and Robin. I think that's what they called it, the Batman and Robin show.
No, it's
yeah,
New
something
Batman
like
Adventures. He
that.
was right.
Oh, it was okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was that design that seemed to kind of scare me a little bit as a kid. um, but that said, if I wasn't watching that, I would say Superman, the animated series, was something I was always trying to. I remember trying to catch weekly. Um, so that's what I remember. Um, because the only other thing I could think of are just a bunch of anime um, that that they were airing back then in Thailand that I was always trying to catch.
Yeah. I will say though, onto what you were saying about the redesigns of Batman the Animated Series. While some of them did look much better, some of them just looked so lame. Like I'm saying, the one that stands out to me is the redesign of the Joker. Like that made absolutely no sense to me. The Joker is supposed to be a bright, loud, colorful clown, and they decided to suck all the color out of his face and give him dilated eyes. What sense does that make?
Yeah, I think most people agreed that that Joker's redesign was probably one of the worst decisions they made.
Oh, absolutely. Like I remember a critic, one of the internet critics that I watch, and watch one of the jokes that he made a joke on that, and that I laugh at every single time. I think it was something along the lines of, he looks like an extra from Steamboat Willie.
Can't go wrong there. That's a pretty accurate description.
Even Sally hates it.
The Joker of the original Batman animated series had more character to his face alone. And just the animated expressions that he would give, even when angry, were just top notch.
Yeah, and most of that definitely came from the stupendous voice acting from our boy Mark.
Oh, I agree. Though it's just so sad that how a lot of those great shows never got like a chance to shine. A lot of them were canceled because back in the 90s, violence was a really big problem back then, whether it be with guns or with just physical violence in general. A lot of great shows got canceled.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm happy Batman the Animated Series got the airtime it did.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I agree.
And when you really think about it, Animaniacs was fighting a similar fight, and fight by trying to get as much adult humor out there while still appealing to the kiddies.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting how some cartoons were trying their best to, push the censors.
Yeah. Give
I
me
think
the.
I think Tiny Toons actually said that.
I was just gonna reference an episode of Animaniacs like, give me the bird, We'd love to, really, but the Fox censors won't allow it.
I remember that one. But at the same time, remember Tiny Toons when they literally said in their opening, "We cracked up all the censors."
Oh yeah.
Like even their own, they were actually literally saying, "We'll put enough jokes in here that'll even crack up the censors."
Yeah.
Actually, I still love an episode of Animax. I think we all know the one.
Are you
Okay,
are
let's
you
dust
bringing
the fingerprint. Hey,
you've already did. I know we were talking about. I found prints. No, fingerprints. I don't think so.
I was also gonna mention Minerva Mink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the character that only got 2 shorts because she was too sexy.
I mean, literally, there was one part of her episode when the dog comes up, she literally tells him to blow on her toes to dry her nail polish. Like, these are wet. Can you blow on them for me? She literally says that.
Yeah, in fact, they according to what I read, they apparently in one of the shorts they literally had to redraw a couple shots because apparently they showed too much cleavage, and so they had to cover it up with fluff.
Oh, come on. I mean, look at Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, censors are still just as hardcore now as they were back then. And then, do I need to bring up Gravity Falls?
The following are real emails from the Disney TV Standards and Practices Department. Monday, September 9th, 2011, page 31. Please revise poop face as it comes across as a replacement for shit face. Prior use of Mabel saying poop, poop, and butts in the episode Fight Fighters came across as more childlike and not as offensive.
I've never met a human on Earth of any age who would be offended by a cartoon saying the word poop face. Not changing it.
Page 492. It has come to our attention that hoo-ha is a slang term for vagina. Please revise.
It is a proper word meaning excitement or hullabaloo, and that is clearly its meaning here. The context is an owl-themed restaurant called Hoo-Ha's Jamboree. Not changing it.
Page 14. Please revise. Chub pup on t-shirt. Chub as a sexual connotation.
This is silly. It's an image of a fat dog. From the context, there's
No,
reason
that's
to
actually
think
true,
chub
'cause
means
If
anything
you
other
ever
than
played the
that.
game
We have
South
ran
Park,
this
the
phrase
Fractured
up the
Butthole, they
line, and
actually mentioned
unfortunately,
that
the
term, but
concern
seriously,
surrounding it
what the
still
hell?
remains.
No little
If
kid's
you'd
gonna
like to
understand
send me
that.
some alternate phrases, I can run those and let you know what becomes of it.
Alternate phrases. Chubby pup. Tub pup. Chubbity pup pup. I can't believe I have to do this.
Page 380. Please revise the action of Blubs putting his arm around Durland. As noted in previous concerns, their affectionate relationship should remain comical versus flirtatious.
Nope. They're buddies. Chill out.
The gesture is approved in this context. Page 50. Please replace cheese as the term is considered an abbreviation of Jesus. Page 26. Please revise Holy Christmas as it could be perceived as religiously offensive. Page 6. Please revise Seuss's line about dressing as a giant teddy bear. It may call to mind the people who dress up as stuffed animals as a furry fetish.
Do I even have to respond to this?
Page 11. Please revise Wendy's response, "Aw, crud dang," as crud has an inappropriate slang definition.
How is this my life?
Page 16. S&P is not okay with saying the word Lucifer. Please revise.
I see no reason to change this. The devil isn't real.
Please revise. S&P is concerned we will get complaints about such mentions of Lucifer, Satan, and or devil.
So what if we get a complaint? The current line, scrimshod from the tusks of Lucifer himself, is the kind of stuffy, non-political, old-timey purple prose like you'd see in Moby Dick. It's 100% less offensive to any religion than the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride hell scene in Disneyland. Our usage is patently defensible, and you could respond to a complaint like this. Sir or madam, we respect your religion, but this fanciful public domain language is used in a spooky, Halloween-like context and in no way represents a commentary on any belief system whatsoever. Please eat this Mickey-shaped cookie and enjoy this cute, classic, family-friendly Disney cartoon.
Oh my gosh, that is too perfect, dude. I wish I had the comebacks of this guy. The comebacks to this are just too perfect.
Yes, and also, I have to bring up the fact that Ford has said several times in the show, "What the devil?" So,
No kidding.
Why should we be held hostage to any imaginary knee-jerk career complainer who could conceivably go out of their way to pretend to be offended by this?
We'll review in context. Page 32. The gag with the basketball player throwing the pet chimp through the basketball hoop will most likely be problematic. We would need to run the scene by our Disney animal consultant for acceptability, especially with any primate inclusions. Also, the monkey's name, Salacious Monk, is also problematic for S&P, as the salacious term is inappropriate. Please revise.
This is maybe the dumbest collection of notes I've ever received. Seriously, reread this entire paragraph out loud.
Oh, can you get to the Kentucky one? I'll find the man from Kentucky.
all right.
Please revise the text on Tambry's flyer. Bottles will be spun. This implies they are playing Spin the Bottle. We don't want to send the wrong message to our audience.
The message is, teenagers like kissing. How on earth is that the wrong message? And it's on a flyer, we don't even show it. You gotta be kidding me here.
S&P is still uncomfortable with this flyer, giving the impression that it is a make-out party.
What's a makeout party and where can I find one? Fine.
Oh my god.
We'll remove the line, bottles will be spun. Please replace with new line, not S&P approved.
Please omit not S&P approved on the party flyer.
I don't see what the problem with this is.
Not S&P approved has been approved by S&P.
God.
Oh, at least they got a sense of humor.
Oh, I'm finding it. I'm finding it.
I seriously want the comebacks that this guy has. They are too perfect.
Oh, they're absolutely amazing. Hold on. Finding it.
Doot, doot, doot. God, that's my favorite one.
Just okay. Yep, this is. All right. Okay. All right, here it is.
Please revise the limerick referencing "There once was a man from Kentucky." S&P is worried that unsavory rhymes could be gleaned from it.
Why? Man from Nantucket is the famous dirty rhyme, which is why I decided to avoid it altogether. To make your lives easier, I made up a totally new one, Man from Kentucky, which has the same lovely syllable structure, but no pre-invented ending. I can't even imagine a logical way to get fuck out of that. What would that even sound like? There once was a man from Kentucky who misspelled the word fuck and got fucky? That doesn't even make sense. More likely would be, there once was a man from Kentucky who spent hours with his pet rubber ducky. The duck got away. It was such a sad day. It turns out Kentucky's unlucky. There. Who's to say how this made-up poem ends? How could anyone complain about something that's only in their heads?
S&P
Again, that's why I love these comebacks. They are so good.
Hang on, it's glitching a bit. Bzz.
How much time do we have left?
We have like 12 minutes.
Okay, just making sure we're not going over the time.
Hell yeah. Alright.
MP still feels that fucky would come
From Ducky. Okay, Twitter's being a butt, but the line Alex says after that is, who should I call out this conversation personally?
Honestly, I would just love to be in the room when he gets this and just hear him say that. Like, who do I speak to about this?
Oh, God, yes. So while we're waiting for the timer to finally reach 0, can I share what Shaq and I did yesterday for an episode of Drawing Board after you left?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, so after you left, I brought up the idea of us reacting to one of the Game Grumps doing the tier lists, and they were all for it. And
Oh, right.
we did the one that they did on the hottest mascots because we know you'd be uncomfortable because we're basically talking about mascots that we would fuck.
I am so glad I wasn't here for that.
Yeah.
So what kind of mascots were they doing? Were they doing like football mascots, cereal mascots, or just mascots in general?
Just like general brand mascots.
Yeah. Honestly, the only one that got my full approval was probably the what was it, the sun raisin maiden raisins. Damn it, I'm mixing it up.
Oh, you mean the maiden on the raisin box?
Yeah.
Quite a few got my seal of
You
approval.
only
One of them being the green M&M.
Oh my god.
Look, if they didn't create a commercial that literally had her in a strip club taking off her shell, maybe I would have given her a lower rating.
What have I walked myself into? I had to make the comment. I had to make the comment.
In fact, I'm surprised there's not a tier list
Just
on that.
imagine.
Sorry.
I was about to say, just imagine I walk in on just hearing you say that like if she's in a strip club stripping off that green shell, I'd give her a higher rating. What the hell did I just walk into?
I was just gonna say, I'm surprised there isn't a tier list on like hottest fictional characters from the 90s. Because when you consider the fact that 90s was pretty much the decade of sex appeal.
Oh hell yeah! I
Mm.
mean, look at almost half the pop music videos of that time.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, that plus all the cartoon characters. Like, let's really go over how the characters were designed back then. Let's see. We have Jessica Rabbit. We have Lola Bunny. We have Minerva Mink. We have Hello Nurse. We have Princess Jasmine. Do I need to go on?
I feel like you will if we don't stop you.
What can I say?
But at the same time, you also have...
I'm a rambling guy.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what can I say? I'm a rambling guy. Okay, go. Ow.
You pulled a Jack there.
I was gonna say that wasn't me this time.
I didn't drop anything this time.
Anyway,
I just smacked my hand on my pop filter.
Again,
Okay,
that wasn't me
but
this time.
yeah.
So anyway, another thing, the 90s were also a big push for more female representation in animated series. I mean, we had the MTV series My So-Called Life, but we also had Daria at that time too, who was more of a positive image of like the teenage girl of the time, both in intelligence and color commentary of the world of that time.
Yeah, and yet when you really think about it, for every good piece of female representation in the 90s, there are like 10 other pieces that sexualize women in the kingdom come.
Well, I mean, look at Daria's sister Quinn. She was basically the opposite.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not to mention, she literally got off on guys fighting over her. God, I hate people like that.
Ugh.
Bleh.
The person that makes you fight over them for their affection or their attention really gets a very low rating in my book. But at the same time, yeah, I think it was a big push more for female representation of both sides. But you couldn't find one that represented both sexuality and intelligence at the time. It was either one or the other, which was a shame.
Hmm.
The closest you could come was Lola Bunny. She had intelligence and skill and the looks.
I mean, I don't know about that. I feel like Princess Jasmine was a pretty good advocate.
True, but I'm talking about outside of Disney.
Well, going outside Disney, they kind of hammered it home the Hello Nurse, and Nurse definitely had a brain.
Yeah, but everyone focused more on the hello part of
Hello-ness!
her. Though I did like how Yakko and Wacko dedicated a song to her intelligence.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays you got at least a good mix of characters, at least nowadays. If you can say that.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen. It feels like these things are more appreciated or seen more clearly in retrospect rather than in the moment. So we'll
Yeah,
see
I,
after this decade passes.
Yeah. So it feels like now we're kind of in an opposite problem from when you really think about it, because back in the 80s and 90s, it was things like women weren't really taken seriously, and because they could just be seen as hot. Here, women are taken seriously but they're also demeaned if they actually decide to work in like the sex business, and that's just sex shaming.
pretty much it is. I mean,
Hmm.
what's wrong with someone who's highly intelligent, has a six-figure job? What's wrong with them having an OnlyFans page if they want to express themselves in that kind of way?
Yeah, like if a woman wants to work as a stripper, she has the right to work as a stripper.
There really is no shame in that. I mean, have you seen how the kind of practice and skill goes into dancing? I mean, the way they dance, they have to have a ton of core strength to wrap themselves around those poles. I'm not joking around here. The the training they put in to just do some of those dance moves, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, I wish I had that kind of core strength.
Yeah. And like same goes to my girls in the prostitution industry. Like my heart goes out to you. I hope you get some more respect in the future.
And still staying safe out there.
Uh-huh.
I I agree. I mean, honestly, it okay, so here's my take on it. And this is coming from my point of view. The sex business should be treated more like that, like a business. There should be a level of respect and a level of
decency given to the individuals working in said business and not treated as property. They should be treated as, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say specialists, but people that know what you want and you're paying for their services.
Yeah, I mean they have it figured out in Europe.
Yeah.
I agreed there.
And
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, we have all these pimps in America, and they're being like, y'all are my property, and being y'all gotta do what I say, so go on out there and make a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's just, yeah, the form of prostitution in America is always seen as like, you, it still goes back to the time of people being viewed as property rather than individual human beings, and it still is done that today. No one has ever really shaken off that sense of entitlement of back in those days.
Yeah.
We should probably get off the subject before it gets a little too dark.
Yeah, we're about out of time anyway,
I
so
don't
we
even
should
know how
probably
we
start
ended
making our
up.
rounds. What a way to end the stream! Sex work.
Hey, it's still a great way to just let people know that we're actually more willing to talk about these things in the open.
Yeah, but really think about how the stream start. And start. Hi, welcome to JesterCast. We're gonna talk about toys from the '90s. Derpy. And JesterCast by the end. And sex work is a very very bad thing. I think people deserve more respect in the sex work and the prostitution. The pips need to treat the sex workers with more respect.
We're
And now back to
adults
doing
here. We're talking about toys. That's how it kind of works around here. It kind of segues into flip-flop territories. Anyway, who's going first?
I'll
Eeny, meeny, miny, chack.
Okay, I'll go first. Hi, thanks for listening to us. My name is Chack Attack. You can catch me on my YouTube channel, Chack Attack 8, where I mostly post song covers most of the time. Although recently I did post a little video edit of what I would think if Dead Cells had an anime type styled opening, about 1 minute 29 seconds. Although they do have an animated series coming out next year. But anyway, besides that, you can also take a look at my website, chackreview.com, have a listen to my demos, and if you think I might be good for any kind of projects you guys have in mind, contact details are at the bottom. So yeah, I appreciate it. Hope you'll have a good night.
Hello, one and all. I am the Court Jester. I'm the ringleader behind this mad circus. You can find me as Court Jester VA on Twitter, Instagram, and formerly Twitch is where I used to stream, but not anymore because honestly, Twitch is just a platform that is too frustrating to deal with. You can also find my animation company, Court Jester Productions, on Twitter at Jester Cartoons and on YouTube at Court Jester Productions. I currently the production that I'm really focusing on right now is Shuffling the Deck, and we got quite the assortment of characters on there right now, and they're quite the people. So if you want to be a part of that, then that you can email us at courtjesterproduction. That's production no s at gmail.com. And if you want to see some of the other stuff that we plan on making, you can find our website on our Twitter bio, and there's also a Patreon link in our website. So yeah, feel free to help us out, support us. We make good stuff, or we're gonna be making good stuff. Just good ideas all around. All right, thank you much. Have a good night. I'm out of here.
Hi, everyone. This is Swetsuki. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for this lovely JesterCast production. I hope you all have a wonderful night. You can find me on Tumblr at SW124 or on Archive of Our Own at SW124. Please check out Court and Chack's YouTube channels. They are wonderful content creators, and we will see you again. Love you.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for the JesterCast. This has been wonderful. Next week, we will be continuing with more of that sweet, sweet 1990s goodness. And we actually have something planned for December, which I think you all will quite enjoy if you are a fan of fairy tales. I'm not gonna say anything right here, but I'm just going to I'm just gonna play this. Wait, hang on. That. Damn it, trying to be mysterious here. Here. We'll see you next week.